Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Wednesday morning. Here we go. Welcome back to KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Good morning, and how the hell goes it?
Morning.
A few more days to bring you this radio goodness or whatever it is that we're putting on. I'm not exactly sure, Allie.
Radio mediocrity?
That's probably
Radio
more
meh?
accurate. Today, though, that will not be the case because today we're going to be joined by a real broadcasting professional. Technically, he's our competition, but he's everyone's competition because he has every job you could possibly have. The return of Ryan Seacrest on the show a little bit later this morning. He wants to promote his New Year's Eve live broadcast that'll be happening, and we said, sure, why the hell not? Last time he was on, we were talking Wheel of Fortune, and he said a lot of very racy and, in my opinion, not family-friendly things, which he would never do on his radio show.
No,
but
he was talking about a very X-rated location of a hamster.
Yeah, gerbil or a
Very
hamster. I forget what it was.
graphic, Yeah, but it's nice that he feels free that he can be himself with us.
That's the best part, because he can't be himself on his own show. He comes on KROQ, and all of a sudden he can be his true Ryan Seacrest. So he'll be joining us later this morning. That's pretty cool. Of course, we got lots to give you today because it's the holidays, so we'll hook you up with some Six Flags Magic Mountain tickets, Holiday in the Park, and a pair of tickets to go see the very funny Aziz Ansari, his show coming up in Long Beach in April. On top of that, there's so much more that we have to get to on today's show, including there's something very strange. In my opinion, this is the strangest development that has happened in the relationship between Jake and Tina. Even he doesn't think it's as weird as it is. It is by far, and that's been a very strange relationship developing. This thing that has happened in the last week, I believe, is maybe the biggest red flag I've ever heard in any relationship ever.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, dude. You were talking about something, and you didn't even think it was weird. You said it very matter of fact. It is a real...
Nothing's happened in the last week. I haven't seen her for over a week.
I thought it was over because he said if she doesn't go to acoustic, then that's my sign.
Oh, she didn't show up at acoustic either?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, boy.
And that's a free ticket, Klein.
Free ticket. And I believe the reason that she started hooking up with Jake to begin with, it was like tickets, right?
Well, the first date was a concert. It was a free show.
Of course. She's no dummy.
I mean, I think most of remember the girl that he was almost dating before that? That was a free concert thing, too.
Yeah, that's right.
That really hot girl, remember?
Wait till you hear this development. This is very, very strange. I mean, I think you'll find it even more peculiar than I did because you're a lady, technically.
Hey.
When I heard
biologically.
and biologically. Good morning. Nice to meet you. I'm Klein. There's Allie. That's DJ Omar
Technically a
Khan.
lady.
He's the audio sniper over there. You got Jake Z Nerd.
That's it.
Postmaster Johnny, I guess, is sick today, so he will not be in. Of course, we're spreading something around. Who knows what it is. And then, of course, Vanessa taking your calls at 800-520-1067. If you had bet that we were starting the show with corn today, I would have said, I'll take that bet. There's zero chance we're going to start the morning with corn. And I would have been wrong. So just when you think you got us all figured out here at KROQ, we throw some corn at your ass.
Psych!
Huh? You didn't know that was... Let me turn this off and put on Hosier. Hold on. Corn to kick off the show. We'll get into everything we have in store for you. And we'll do it all after this on KROQ. there?
You were asking it too inside your head.
No,
I like it.
I was not asking it inside my head. KROQ System just announced these shows that are happening, and they've been selling out very quickly. They've been adding more shows.
Christmas shows, right?
All Christmas shows.
Yeah.
It's the Korn and the Rockettes, I believe, joining forces together. So Allie was just asking because we've been changing up the music at KROQ a little bit as of late, putting the Christmas versions
Yes,
from
I
bands.
would assume any changes that are being made are Christmas related.
Yeah, well, you're right.
So
Korn
when the song started, I was like, is this a Christmas song?
sure is. That's one of the greatest.
Smashing Pumpkins did one. Why wouldn't they?
I think Bing Crosby, Mariah Carey, Korn, when I think of the Christmas greats.
Wouldn't you go see that show? It was a Christmas show with Korn.
You better believe it. I sure would. Speaking of songs, there have been so many requests coming through on the GOAT line for stuff that people want to hear when we count down the 50 best moments in the history of this show. This one did not even make our list, but this woman claims it should.
Hello. I just wanted to call with a suggestion for one of the top 50 moments. It has to be the origin of the Weekend song when Allie was doing a news piece about how they write happy songs, and Klein's like, I can write a happy song. And he put together the original Weekend song, and it was just so bad. And the whistling, like I was laughing so hard I had tears coming out of my face. So before the Crystal Method took it and made it what it is today, you have to play the origin of the Weekend song, because new listeners probably have never heard that version, and they got to know. They got to know.
Okay,
all right, thanks. Peace. Yeah, definitely.
It hurts my feelings when she says, thank you.
Pretty
When
good.
She says the original
My
one
shoulders are shaking already.
was so bad. I mean, in her opinion, the original one was so bad. I didn't think it was so bad.
that she was crying.
Yeah, she was so bad. She was crying.
What's even funnier to me is that you don't think it was so bad.
No. Well, Omar's playing, the parts Omar's playing now are like the raw, he's playing the raw stuff. You can listen to any great artist.
So you don't feel good about the raw stuff?
The
or?
raw stuff shouldn't have been released to the general public. That's just Omar being a dick. The raw stuff should have stayed
You
on.
can whistle like that?
Yeah,
That's real whistling.
Yeah, that was me whistling, but that was not
Let's
necessarily.
try it again.
Not doing it now.
There's a lot of famous whistling in a lot of...
See, I still got it. Still got it, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Still
All right,
got
so
it.
you
back
stand
to
by
her.
the original then, though?
I don't
You think that's good?
I don't.
The produced version.
I believe I do.
All right, let's take a listen to it.
No. It's not about that Monday or Tuesday. No one cares about Wednesday. Thursday, forget that noise.
You stand by this man, really?
Maybe not so much. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end?
Oh, man, it's worse than I thought.
Are you ready for the rear end? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday, forget about that. Friday, Saturday's where it's at. And Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? You're right.
Really? This is not great, man.
For the rear end. Hit the beach or hit the mall. Go out with friends, do nothing at all. Sleep in, watch
You
movies, read
can't even
books.
stay on the
Anything
beat.
goes, just take a look. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. You know, it's amazing.
Phase out.
It's kind of
This is continuing to play somewhere on an island.
it's kind of surprising to me that the Crystal Method was able to make this out of that.
God.
Because if you think about the version that we've heard now every week, every Friday, and I know today's
What if
only
we
one.
listen to the other one?
Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I mean this one's so much better. They really saved it.
He put you on the beat. I don't know how he did it.
Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end?
Hey!
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday, forget about that. Friday, Saturday, where it's at. And Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch. So maybe when we count down the top 50 moments, you'll hear the origin of the Weekend song. Apparently,
Not maybe. Definitely. Find that, Jake. Please.
Is that a number one, guys?
Apparently, it evolved over the years. Who knows? It's pretty.
It's hard to remember some of the origin stories because you just think about what it is now. You don't think about when it started.
No, why would you? It was apparently trash at the beginning. But the fact that the Crystal Method heard that and decided, God, we thank you. Thanks, shut up, Klein. We got $100 up for grabs. It's Allie's money. If you'd like it, all you got to do is get on the phone right now, get some of that extra holiday gift spending money, and all you got to do is call us now, 800-520-1067. Later this morning, all of your predictions for 2025 will be answered by the great Nostradamus, where I rub my giant nostrils and tell you what your future will have in store for you. We'll get into that later this morning. But right now, in your future is $100 cash. And if you want it, call us at 800-520-1067. We're live on KROQ, live streaming on YouTube on the KROQ page. And, of course, wherever you stream the show, we will be back with your cash next. Am I a terrible person because of something I tried to do to salvage Mother's Day yesterday? Allie, here. And I ask you, and I know you probably, Omar's going to say I'm a terrible person regardless of if I even tell the story. Mm-hmm. You, Allie, will potentially have my back. You're the only one. Everyone else.
What you said?
You want to hide the finger? That's what I wrote on the card.
You've got my back.
She didn't like it.
I don't know what you're about to say, but I do know that you were working very hard in Vegas to try and have something set up.
I had a thing set up.
So I even without knowing what it is, I kind of do have your back because I know you were making an effort.
Did you end up flying out earlier too on Sunday morning?
Yes.
So that we could be with our families.
We ended up doing maybe the greatest sacrifice you can do, and I include anything a soldier has ever done.
Waking up still drunk.
Waking up at 5 a.m. to get on the first flight out so you can get back. I mean, I'm telling you right now, listen.
That's love.
That means that even just knowing you have that thing hanging over your head, there's nothing better than that later in the day flight out of Vegas where you're like, great, I'll wake up at my leisure. I'll have a nice bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, the only clock that's ticking in your mind is the checkout clock. Got to check out by 11.
Got to be up by 11, or better yet, do that thing where I call and go, check out, and they're like, they go like, what'd you say?
All right, fine, just room service.
And you go, no, okay, I'll just eat chicken fingers. That's a good. I like that compromise with the extended checkout call you make in a hotel because they're so locked in. Every once in a while, you get someone that has a little gray area, but usually they're like, there's nothing we can do. Checkout's at 11. We are fully committed, and people have to be in the room, and they got to start cleaning it right away. But you know that's not going to happen because they got a couple carts per floor. And then you kind of do that whole, you play hardball with them, and occasionally they're like, all right, 11:30, and you're like, it feels like
you got like, oh my god, I have 30 extra minutes. I'm going to go back to sleep.
Yeah, it feels so. You're on the phone with them 3 hours to get that extra 30 minutes. Totally worth it. So I decided I had some reservations for dinner for yesterday, which are not easy to get. It's like Valentine's Day. I don't like doing it because it's like you feel like you're kind of a sucker.
Of course, yeah. And then the prices are always double or triple.
Sometimes.
And then there's even less options. If it's a brunch, absolutely. There's like 3 things on there you can pick from.
If any restaurant is offering some sort of something with mimosas, you just got to go somewhere else because you can tell they're really going to stick it to you.
As a mom, I just want to say I hate mimosas.
Good. Let's put an end to that. So I had some dinner reservations, and I never make just one. You would think one is more than enough, but I don't know.
You had some backup ones.
I don't know what you can be in the mood for. So I want a couple different styles of food.
Wait, what? What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Why don't you just ask your wife, hey, where do you want to go on Mother's Day? And then make the reservation for that place.
I should have done that in retrospect.
Okay.
I just said,
what are you doing here? How many reservations?
3. I had 3.
3?
Yeah, and all
at different times or all at the same time?
All different times, Allie, because I didn't know that was why I did it that way. I said, I don't know if she's going to want to go to kind of one of those like early ones where the kids are involved, you know? I guess you got to bring the kids. It's Mother's Day. She's not my mom. She's my wife.
Yeah.
So I did an early one, and then I did a slightly later, but then I did like one that was, quote, like she would think was like a special, certain restaurant.
I wish she had said she wanted to go to all 3.
Is your wife the type that likes it, a day all about her? Because there's, some wives that are like, just a quick dinner in bed. I'm all good. Let's get about our own business.
Here's how every woman is.
Go on. I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop my sentence
I would
right now.
love to go down on you for Mother's Day.
No. That's right. No, Allie, it's all the same. Here is... I'm not going to give you anything I want. You try to figure it out, but whatever you figured out is not exactly what I want. So now you have to
So not true.
improvise
No.
and come up with a plan B or C.
You're talking about your wife
Well,
specifically.
okay, that's
because
how
the
she is.
people that I know, several of my friends that are in fights with their husbands today
Yeah.
and all through yesterday because they did not even say Happy Mother's Day to their wives.
Really?
No, nothing. Just a regular ass day, and also, oh, I'm tired. Can you clean up? Can you do this? Can you do that? And they eventually were just like, F you, dude. It's Mother's Day.
Do they
You
have
can't
kids or no?
Yes,
Oh,
they have
okay.
kids.
Does that mean not all women get to celebrate Mother's Day? Can we be honest with that?
What do you mean?
Well, it's a lot of-
you mean like every woman, even if they're not a parent?
Well, I'll put it this way. We had someone that reached out and said that they were doing something special. And we're like, does she have kids? And my wife's like, she has 2 dogs. I'm like, that doesn't count. She doesn't get Mother's Day. 2
No,
dogs.
absolutely not.
What is that about?
So what? She's taking herself out, or she was expecting everyone else to join her?
No, she was doing something special for herself because it's Mother's Day and she has 2 dogs.
Well, I mean, no one else is going to do it.
Didn't our boss send an email over the weekend?
Oh, I saw that. To the fur moms or whatever.
Oh,
the
God,
furry
shut up,
moms
boss.
or something like that.
I'm sorry, there's no fur moms that are included in this, dude. No,
I'm a pretty lady.
it's way more difficult to raise a human being.
So long and short of it is I land yesterday. I get back pretty early. And I think to myself, between the airport and my house, I'm going to probably see 50 people on the side of the road selling flowers, which is great because all I got to do is buy some flowers. I didn't see anyone selling flowers yesterday. And I was like, I got to.
That's crazy because there were so many on the way to the airport on Friday.
I saw them everywhere.
Oh my God!
I don't know how I couldn't see them, and I kept going. If I turn down this street, there's got to be someone selling flowers. Got to be someone selling. No one stopped at a place that had flowers. They said everything they had there was reserved already. Every flower was reserved. So I said, is anyone not going to pick them up? Can I buy a?
Why didn't you make a reservation for those,
I
dumbass?
made all the wrong reservation. $100 easy money every morning right around this time. All you got to do is be on the phone, answer some questions about stuff going on in the news. If you do better than Allie, she pays the people. And we were hoping she'd go into a big losing streak into the end of the year, but that could start today. So if you would like, I know people love additional expenses that they were not expecting on paying. This is that time of year you love getting those additional, oh, that sucks.
Or you forgot someone you had to get a gift for, and then you're like, damn it.
Yep. So this is kind of like that. You can make Allie feel all those things if you take $100 of her money right now just by answering 5 questions about the news.
Her yoga is hot, and her sister is too. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
All right, let's see who we're playing with today, although we have a new song.
Dead week's almost here. This and that. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. This is Fernando from Garden Grove.
Thanks for the song, Fernando. You can always leave your messages on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT. Allie, let's head over to Los Angeles, California, shall we, and say hi to Kristen. Good morning, Kristen. How goes it?
Good morning. Good. It's Christine, actually. How are you guys?
Christine, we're doing fine. How would you like to take a shot at $100 of Allie's money by answering these 5 questions here about stuff going on in the world?
Let's do it.
All right, Allie's going to leave the KROQ studio, sequester herself. If
Good
you want to
luck.
see what this looks like, you can follow along on the live visual portion of the show, the stream. Oh, Allie just tried to do something very sexy with her headphones, and she's holding up her snack, but her shirt came up and she revealed her belly to all. And there goes our YouTube audience. They have just all gone away. Here we go. Your round of Allie Knows the News. 5 questions starts right now.
Allie Knows the News.
This airline just announced that they're offering unlimited flights for the low cost of $299, but it still may not be worth it. Which airline is bringing back their unlimited flights?
Frontier Airlines.
Question number 2. 2 Japanese automakers are discussing a massive merger that would bring the companies together. Which car companies are talking about joining forces? You cut out there. Say that again.
Honda and Toyota.
Go to question number 3. Oscar Mayer is now accepting applications for this highly coveted job. What job is Oscar Mayer hiring for right now?
Weenie Eaters.
Weenie Eaters. We go to question number 4. A movie based on this popular animated series apparently is heading to the big screen. Kids and very stoned adults are equally excited.
Hold on.
Oh boy, you getting pulled over?
Shoot, I don't know. I don't know.
And finally, this A-list celebrity was just honored with the U.S. Navy's highest civilian award. Such a high honor, he can't even reach the award.
These are hard.
You started
I don't know.
started so strong, and then you fell apart just like your connection.
I know.
That's okay. Let's maybe you got enough to do. These are not that hard. These were all over the place yesterday. Big, important stories. Even on the text line, people texting and saying, I got them all. Finally got them all. 5 for 5. Don't say anything else. Allie's back in the studio. Would you just microwave something?
Yeah.
What'd you heat up? Sausage?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went kind of like McDonald's style today. Isn't that great?
Not really. But I mean, that does look sad, but also...
Well, it's like Trader Joe's version.
Yeah,
I
it's good.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, show that
look
to
at
the
camera.
net bangers.
Look at that.
That's Allie's.
my breakfast.
That's Allie's breakfast right there. Looks like prison rations. Question number
I'm
1.
excited about it.
Here we go, Allie.
Yeah.
This airline is offering unlimited flights for $299. Still may not be worth it.
Oh, that would be Frontier Airlines.
She got that as well. That
Hey,
is.
if you can take the abuse, it is worth it. They're mean to you, but
They are mean, but for $299, what the hell?
Yep.
Allie is on the board, and so is Christine. Also got that right. So it's 1-1 after 1. Go to question number 2. Question 2. 2 Japanese automakers are in discussions about a massive merger that would bring the companies together to create one bigger car company, we believe. Which car makers are talking about joining forces?
that would be Honda and Nissan.
That is correct. Apparently, as of this morning, Mitsubishi's also talking about getting in on this as well. But
I didn't even remember that they existed.
I didn't either, but maybe that's why they're trying to get in on the merger. They're like, wait, hold on.
What about us?
Hey, bring us in there.
We're
got
Mitsubishi.
Go to question number 3. She did not get that one right. She got Honda, but she also said Toyota. So now we go to question 3, and Allie is up 2-1 over Christine. Question number 3. Oscar Mayer is now accepting applications for this highly coveted position, working for Oscar Mayer? What position are they hiring for as we speak?
I think it's driving the Wienermobile.
She said weenie eater, which was a great guess.
I love the hot dog.
Everyone does, especially Vanessa. But the reality is, the correct answer is yes. Once again, they are looking for someone to drive that giant phallic vehicle up and down the streets of America.
It must not be that great. I feel like they're always looking for somebody to drive.
No,
this
because
thing.
I think the reality is it's like a 6-month job at the most anyway. Because it's always like college kids or kids out of high school, and then I think they get all this attention every time they look for a new Wienermobile driver. But I think for them it's just brand awareness. But the reality is that's not a real job. No one's been like, I've been driving the Wienermobile for 60 years.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be a 6-month.
And it's probably an awkward thing to drive.
Yeah. Question number 4. Allie is now up by 2. A movie based on this popular animated series will be hitting the big screen. Kids and very stoned adults will be equally excited.
That would be the Bluey movie.
This was a big story, and Bluey is coming to the big screen. People are pumped about it.
Oh, when's this coming out? I want to go see this.
I don't even know.
Coming out?
I don't know. I don't even know.
No.
They haven't even announced the date yet. I think they just announced they're doing the movie. That was the big news.
Great. Is that ahead or after season number 5 comes out?
Who knows, dude? I didn't know Omar was such a big fan of Bluey.
I need my Bluey, dude. Oh, my God. I love Bluey. It's awesome.
Remember when they almost moved? That was a crazy episode.
That was crazy episode, yeah.
Omar, you're watching Bluey as a fan of Bluey, not because your kids watch it, because they're too old for it, right? So just you like it.
I'm a genuine fan of Bluey. Like, when it's on, I forget what platform it's on. I think maybe Disney or whatever.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so my kids will put it on. They'll leave and go play
it
upstairs, and I'll keep watching it.
I know. When my kids stopped getting into it, I was like, "So, are we going to watch the special, or do I need to watch this alone?"
And finally, question number 5. There's no comeback in Christine's future, but here we go. This A-lister was just honored with the U.S. Navy's highest civilian award, an award so high he can't even reach the award.
That would be Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. That is correct. All right, well, Christine, you put in an effort, not a great effort, but unfortunately, Allie still smoked your ass. And what must you shamefully admit over the airways of KROQ? Go ahead.
This is Christine from LA, and Allie knows the news.
Not only does she know the news, she's about to have a round of sausage. She's very excited.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
She's going to treat herself to a round of sausage right now on KROQ. Lincoln Park, more show to get to in 2 minutes. See you at KROQ.
that's not it.
Hey, Allie is treating herself around a sausage right now. You can see what that looks like as we're
Highly
streaming
recommend.
live on YouTube and also on KROQ. And that voice you just heard was Ryan Seacrest, who will be joining us shortly to, I think, promote his New Year's Eve show, which he does every year.
Well, they just announced who's performing.
Ah, got it. Okay, that's why. So anyway, Seacrest will be on with us, and I know that people seem to really love that guy. And so as a result, maybe some of his listeners will come over and check us out for the very first
My
time.
God, that guy crushes still.
Oh, crushes in every possible way. And he doesn't age. It's incredibly frustrating.
I'm sure if you look up close, though, he does.
Well, anyway, we'll get into all sorts of stuff. He's very candid and very open with us when he's on the show. Earlier this morning, we played a Korn song. Allie asked if it was a Christmas song because she couldn't figure out why else we'd be playing a Korn song. And then we all made fun of her. And she said, well, look, whenever we're playing different songs these days on KROQ, it's because usually there's a Christmas tie-in. And then we mocked her and mocked her and mocked her. And then the text line, as always, gets Allie's defense and said, guys, let's not forget that Korn did one time release a Christmas song, which we would never normally play. But because tis the season, Allie, take a listen. And that's not a joke. This is not something Omar cooked up. This is real deal
This isn't
Korn.
AI.
No, not AI. Korn.
So,
This is
Are you going to apologize to me?
no, because the song.
Korn has a Christmas song.
Now that's a Christmas song right there. Damn.
yeah.
The rumor on the text line was that was first debuted at an Almost Acoustic Christmas.
That's probably true. Look, I don't like to mess around with the net bangers or the texters because they seem to know history. Historically, they know things about the show. They know things about KROQ that we could never keep track of.
Yeah, so you think it's that out of the realm of me just saying, hey, you know what? That's probably a Christmas song by Korn. And then it actually is.
In this particular
When am I right?
case.
And usually the text line does not back me up. And they like to throw me under the bus. But in this case, they were there for me.
I had a very strange, uncomfortable moment yesterday at the register because it is the season of giving, if you go to a grocery store or a CVS or pretty much anywhere, when you go to pay, they will ask you, would you like to either round up? Round up bothers me less because round up, you're giving less than $1. So if you'd like to round up for a charity like the children or the puppies or whatever,
Nope.
you still say no?
Nope.
Wow, you are heartless.
No, it's not at a grocery store. I don't want to do it at a grocery store.
But they ring the bell sometimes.
It doesn't matter. I don't know how much of my money is actually going to charity.
Really? You think that they're...
No, that's a common thing. When
Well,
they
they're
say...
just using it as a tax write-off.
Exactly.
Oh, so
that's the
why.
worst place to donate.
Do you tell them all that when they ask, or you just say not today? Or do you say I just
if
did
there's
it?
no line behind them, behind me, I will lecture them. Yes.
You will lecture the
No.
people? Good. As long as you make them feel bad about it.
No, I do. I say not today.
You say not today, which implies that...
That usually I do.
Right. Dude, you don't...
Not today, but also not tomorrow.
I heard 3 people in front of me, and the excuses went as follows. And then it was my turn. I'll tell you what happened. But the first person goes, I just did it earlier today. So that means that person's clearly lying because that means that they were already at the store once earlier and went back
Who
for
goes
something.
to the store? Who goes to the grocery store
It's not happening.
twice?
So that person said, oh, I already did it earlier today. That was their thing. Then 2 people in front of me, the person said, I'll do it later, which is another. No one just wants to say.
I'll be back at another grocery store later.
Right. It's just so funny that people have a hard time just going like, nope, because she said the exact quote was, would you like to round up or donate to the children something? It was children something.
I'm sure it was pretty vague.
It was vague-ish.
Yep.
It was nothing I'd ever heard of before, but it was the children's Christmas or something.
The
whatever
children's
it was.
Christmas.
So the first person says, I did it earlier today. The next person goes, I'll do it later. Third person says, yes, I'll do it. And I watched their fingers, and they didn't do it. They clicked skip.
Oh,
so they
that's
said,
a good idea.
They said sure, and then hit skip, which I thought was also a cool
Baller.
move. So then it's my turn, and I felt bad because everyone else had said no. And you could see the person at the register look like they were getting a little...
Yeah, but what do they care?
I feel like they like to ring the bell.
How much do you have to donate for the bell to ring, though? It's not like if you're rounding up 13 cents, they're going to ring a bell
Or like
for
buying
you.
a shot for everybody at a bar.
Yeah.
I think you have to...
Buy a shot for the kids, Christmas.
I think the roundup does not get a bell. I think you have to, like, pick an amount.
Like, it's got to be $20 or more to get a bell treatment.
No, $5 you get a bell. I think $5.
What?
Well,
that doesn't deserve a bell.
She told me I could pick on the number pad, pick on the keypad what I wanted to do, and my choices were like $1.
Smiley faces.
It was like $1. It was $1.
There's a medium sick kid.
Here's a good look.
Yeah.
1, 2, or 5, I think, were my choices. I think that's
Really?
all I even had. Yeah. So I clicked the $1 thing, and then it didn't go through. At least I didn't think it went through. So I kept hitting it. I hit it. And then she looks at my thing and she goes, "Oh, wow. Thank you." And I was like, "For $1?" And then I realized that I hit the stupid thing 4 or 5 times. And
is it like the craps machine where it's like it keeps adding every time you press the
one? It added $1 every time. So then
Oh.
I said to her, "Oh, I was just trying to do $1." And then she goes, "Oh, do you want me to call someone over here to like..."
That's the opposite of ringing the bell.
"Do you want me to call someone over here to correct that?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ. There's people behind me too. One line open, of course. So now I'm like, do I want to be a dick that holds everything up and takes money? Now,
I would do it in a heartbeat. Yep, bring him over. I'll wait.
They bring over a kid with a key, like one of the kids. He's like, "I won't be eating tonight."
I can't reach the box.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What a scam this is now. Because now it's like
And I think they purposely they make those things stick on purpose.
What?
Because the skip, I've had to press skip a million times too, and that's degrading. Because I'm like, enough, I'm saying no.
You try to skip where no one looks around?
Yes, and then I have to press it so many times, and then I have to go, well, it didn't hit skip. Can you please skip it for me? And it's a whole back and forth.
She goes, "Do you want me to call someone over?" And I was like, oh my God. So they got to call someone over to like void the fact that I made a donation now and give me back 3 of the $4 or whatever it was. And I was like, nah,
What is your shame worth?
And I just said, that's fine. They can.
So did you get the bell?
They can keep it. And then she reached over. I thought she was going to ring the bell, and she hands me my receipt. And I didn't even get the bell.
Yeah.
And I was so bummed out. And some kid somewhere is going to have a better Christmas because of my $4. But
I mean, it won't get him much.
no, it will not.
Roundup's not going to help that situation.
And I didn't get a bell. So, don't
So
give
we
this
all
time
lose.
here. It's a real lose-lose, K-Rock. KROQ. You'll get that throughout the day. Feels like I'm falling in love. We are Klein Alley Show. If you'd like to join us for Johnny Doesn't Know, now is the time to call 800-520-1067. Up for grabs. You can go to X Games Ventura. Tickets, you get a 3-day passes, June 28th through the 30th, Ventura County Fairground. One winner will get the Skate Park Pro Experience, where you get to actually skate the Pro Street course yourself. So if you'd like to play, all you got to do is call us. Johnny will be asked questions about the armed forces. He said yesterday he's terrified of being drafted, even though he was only paying attention to an expert quote that he found on TikTok, and that even though everyone is eligible for a draft if they have one, he will probably not get drafted anytime soon. Regardless, we learned he knows nothing about the military, so it's time for Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Vegas was like in Nevada for like a while.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Gelato sounds like Jello.
Johnny doesn't know.
It like goes wiggles.
You don't need to know the answers. You just need to predict whether or not Johnny will know the answers. And when in doubt, just say no. Johnny, you feeling good about this one or bad about this one? Because every week we do a different topic for Johnny Doesn't Know. Allie and I even talk about this behind the scenes a lot. We say, eventually we're going to hit a category that he just is like an idiot savant about, knows a lot. But we have yet to hit that category.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong, actually.
What's that?
I said, yeah, actually, you're not wrong about that one. But I'm a little scared, though, because they're actually calling me Private Johnny in the hallways right now.
Private Johnny. Yeah, look, I think the military would love you.
Why is G.I. Johnny not the one that's
That's a good one, too.
Private Johnny's.
Private Johnny is probably because he's always using his private parts with the ladies. That's a double entendre.
Oh, got you.
All right, well, let's say hi to Dan. We'll start with Dan. We'll make our way up and down these phones, and everyone will get a shot, hopefully. Everyone who gets theirs right, Allie, write your name down. One of you is going to get your tickets to X Games coming up soon. This is, of course, Johnny Doesn't Know, and we're talking military. And, Allie, these questions are pretty easy, but every time I think we've gotten easier, he still somehow doesn't know. So we'll start with this one. Dan, welcome to KROQ. How goes it?
Hey, good morning. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Divots. All right, Johnny, what bird is on the official U.S. Air Force seal? This is the U.S. Air Force seal. There's a bird that is on that seal. What bird is it?
I don't know. That's so specific. It's a damn bird?
Do you know what a seal is, Johnny?
Yeah, it's the logo. It's like the big circle thingy and the lady standing inside of it, like the California one. I don't know the bird. Exactly.
No, that's audio clue.
Let's go.
That's our country.
This is for the, keep in mind, just so I don't want you to get confused here, this is for the Air Force.
I'm trying to think of military birds, but I don't think there's any birds in the military.
What other military birds can you name?
Like the Huey, the chopper gunners and stuff like that? Or like the SR-81 from Call of Duty, the big black one?
Oh, you're thinking of actual airplanes?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's what they mean by birds, actually.
It's code.
Yeah.
So you think I'm speaking to you in code?
Yeah. So let's go stealth bomber. This is stealth bomber. The big black one? They're like,
what?
I like that you're also doing an impression of the airplane.
It's a good sound effect. Do that again.
It's like,
if you're not already following along with the video clips of the show, I highly recommend you tune into the Johnny Doesn't Know doing impressions of military aircraft.
But you know which one I'm talking about, though, right? Like
Johnny.
How does it go?
It's like the enemy stealth bomber inbound.
But the question, just to make it quite clear, because I feel like I'm going insane now, is what is the bird?
Yeah.
He
Stealth
gave you
bomber.
a plane name. Tell
Stealth
him whether
bomber.
he's right or not.
It's the bald eagle.
Oh, damn it. I didn't think it was that simple. The bald eagle one? That is so American, too.
Dan,
you want to do an impression of that one, too?
I didn't even ask if he would know it or not, but I assumed you knew he would know it, right? I'll give you the point on that anyway. Hold on one second.
I would always say no. Always say no.
Yeah, I know. Okay, good idea. All right, Dan's in. Let's say hi to Matt in Valencia. Give Matt a shot at this. Johnny Doesn't Know. And by the way, apologies in advance to anyone in our armed forces. No disrespect.
Yeah.
Johnny's trying to learn a thing or two. He just unfortunately can't, because I think even if you play the audio of this to the military, there's no way they would ever recruit you.
Thank
just
God.
based on your lack of knowledge.
Thank you.
All right, Allie, do you think Johnny will be able to tell us, speaking of SEAL, we just talked about what a SEAL is. Do you think Johnny will be able to tell us what SEAL stands for as it pertains to a Navy SEAL?
Oh, wow. No.
You don't think so? Let's find out. Matt in Valencia, do you think Johnny will know what SEAL stands for? Why they call them Navy SEALs?
Absolutely not.
With confidence, he says you will not know. Johnny is kind of like a Navy SEAL of idiots. So let's find out if Johnny knows Did you hear me say that? Sorry.
Yeah, I heard. I got headphones on.
Oh, sorry.
I can hear it perfectly clear.
I doubled down on that statement. Johnny, why are they called Navy SEALs? What does the SEAL mean?
I'm going to keep it creamy with you. I did not even know it was an acronym. I didn't even know it stood for something. I thought they called them SEALs because they come out of the water with the guns like SEAls, and they're like, and like just blasting on dudes. So I didn't know it was an acronym.
So you thought they called them SEAls because they are SEAL-like?
Yeah, because they just come out of the water.
They're all stealthy.
You ever see the commercials where they're just like always in the water playing and stuff?
Does it make you feel better that people are in the hallway shaking their heads at you right now?
Wait a minute, Johnny. So you think that they get out of the water, they shoot people, and then they get rewarded with a bucket of fish or something like a seal?
Not with the bucket of fish. They get them with that kill streak, that kind of like,
right.
And you get like a chopper gunner or something as soon as you kill him.
Well, listen, Matt, you made the right call saying he wouldn't know because he's not right. Johnny, if I told you SEAL stood for sea, air, and land, would you be surprised by that?
That's a good one. That's really good, actually.
I see you, military. I see you.
That's a good one.
No wonder they pay him the big bucks, man. That's smart right there.
All right. Oh, Johnny doesn't know military.
Wow.
I love it.
SEAL, huh?
Mind blown.
All right.
Both people have predicted correctly he wouldn't know, and both people were right. We go to Brian. Brian, Johnny doesn't know military. Hey, Brian, welcome.
Thank you very much.
You want to lock in on no now, or do you want me to give you the question first?
I did that last time and I got it wrong.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Who famously said in a popular military recruitment ad, "We want you"? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
Oh, I still don't think he'll know this. He'll guess, maybe get close, but he doesn't know.
We want you. Who famously said that? Johnny.
Uncle Sam, because they said it in Captain America.
Yeah.
Marvel to the rescue.
Captain America got it right. Okay. And what branch of the military is Captain America in? Do you know?
He's a super soldier, dude. He's like one of a kind.
Let's add a George in Pasadena. Questions for Johnny about the military. Here we go.
All bros this morning.
All bros getting in on the military. Johnny, let's see if Johnny can finish this phrase. The few, the proud, the what? Will Johnny know the end of this well-known phrase as it pertains to the military? Yes or no, George?
Yes, he's going to know.
All right. The few, the proud,
and the
what?
The few, the proud, the Marines.
Johnny!
Dun, 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 dun. Come on, you know that song. That didn't come to your head as soon as you said that?
Does sound a little different this morning on KROQ. Wake the F up. It's Klein Alley Show. Let's get into it. We got your news now, then we'll get into a brand new hour of the show. Seacrest joins us. You may not care about that, but it's a big deal for us when we get a big A-lister on our show. So Seacrest will be on in moments. And last time he was on, it was a very eye-opening and potentially R-rated conversation, I guess, would
I
be fair to
guess.
say. Maybe even NC-17.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. Who knows what he has in store for you today. Right now, though, let's find out what's happening in the world. Here she is to break it all down for you. Allie, with your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Is the FCC okay with me saying okay? Good to know.
I don't know if you noticed that the winds were really bad last night, and as I went to bed, I thought, well, there's probably going to be a fire in the morning. And some people even had their power cut last night because of the winds to help avoid fires. Yet still a series of fires broke out overnight. But they are wondering if they were intentionally set, because 3 of them happened within blocks of each other. They all happened in the valley, and they weren't what you would typically see in these situations. So it wasn't like a typical wildfire. One was a brush fire right off the 405 in Van Nuys. Another one was an apartment building, and then another one started as a trash fire. So now they're investigating to figure out the cause and see if they're related. And I wonder if it was similar to like thieves at Christmas. They're like, oh man, the thieving is so good, I gotta get it done now. I wonder if arsonists feel that when it's windy. They're like, oh man, this would be such a great fire.
I think of all the, there's a lot of types of criminals. Arsonists, for some reason, bother me the most.
Because it's just so...
It just, for some reason, not that stealing packages...
Those murderers are okay?
Yeah, they're less so. Because the arsonists...
There's bad people that need murdering.
There's different levels of bad people. Arsonists can be murderers, too. If your house burns down.
Right.
So I just think, to me, that is the most unnecessary destruction.
To me, it's the equivalent of somebody breaking into your car and not stealing anything.
Yes.
Like they just smash the window and run away, and you're like, what was the...
Right. Why did you even do this?
That's how arsonists feel to me.
Yeah,
it just seems like so pointless.
Destruction for the sake of destruction.
It's just like, let me see this fire ignite. Whoa. And then they run away, and then they just, watch the news and go, wow, it got that big.
And by the way, I used to be like a lot of people, I went through my pyromaniac phase where I was lighting stuff on fire and lighting matchbooks on fire and throwing them into piles of leaves and watching how cool that was. But then then you get a pube and you move past that. At some point, you just move past that phase.
Do you think all arsonists never grew a pube?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they never discovered women.
As soon as I get my pube, I'm going to be over this.
And I would also
maybe they burned them off.
Go so far as to say I don't think there's ever been a female arsonist ever. So it feels like it is a male-dominated
there has
sport.
to have been.
I don't think so.
It definitely is a guy thing, just in the sense of wanting to see destruction. Mm-hmm. And I notice that with my kid. Like, he is a boy. He wants to see things destroyed.
Yeah.
That is something innate in men, I've noticed.
Right.
And I don't know if women have that same. They want to torture slowly, people that they know.
Slowly and mentally.
Yeah.
That's the
Guys
key.
don't care who. It's just about the destruction. All right, a number of large mergers were supposed to happen this year. We had JetBlue and Spirit. That fell apart. Albertsons and Kroger is falling apart. That's in court now. The Onion and InfoWars was blocked. Seems companies that aren't doing well, they either go the bankruptcy route or the merger route. But let's see how this one works out. Nissan and Honda are planning a merger. Apparently, Mitsubishi's trying to jump in as well. And they say this is to compete with the rise of EV sales. So if they successfully do this, they would be the 3rd largest auto group. So they would have a combined $8 million vehicles in sales annually, which still doesn't seem that much to me. I'm like, 3 car companies combined is 8 million cars a year?
That's still a ton of cars. But you think about it, cars on the road, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years. So that means that many people need to go through these cars that regularly, to the point now where, Nissan I know has been having trouble for a while. So Honda would be doing them a solid.
Yeah, once they kind of run out of the interest that, Hertz.
Right.
It's always a Nissan,
always. Right? In fact, I think I have a rental car coming up. I think they just confirmed I'm getting a Nissan. I think I just got that confirmation.
And then you get you're getting a Nissan, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and then they go wait a minute, that one's actually taken, so here's a different Nissan. You're like, all right, here they are.
Here's a smaller Nissan.
It's a smaller one.
But Hondas are very reliable. I was a Honda owner for a very long time, and those were always my go-tos because they were so, you could have them for a long period of time.
It's the only car I've ever bought.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the big merge. Will they join forces? And if they do, who wins out on the name, or do they come up with a brand new name altogether?
Oh, cool. Or they could go, hyphenated.
Right.
Hyphenated last names are the worst.
The worst.
Just don't do it.
I don't know why people do that.
Invented ones, too, when you try and merge it together and make one new last name, it always is just going to sound stupid.
Female arsonists make up 10 to 18%.
Wow.
Find me one female arsonist, Jake. One real one. I'm telling you, it's a guy's world. Arson. It's a man's world.
Well, yeah, 90% of arsonists are males.
Do you think female arsonists are like, men always getting the credit in my industry?
Probably. The woman keeps
I
burning
do the
stuff.
same work and get not recognized.
Sis a really bad cook.
I wasn't an arsonist. I was trying to make an omelet.
Oopsie! All right, updates in the world of fast food. People are thrilled with Taco Bell and pissed off at Chipotle. What else is new? After some testing, Taco Bell has announced that they are officially adding those chicken nuggets to the menus nationwide starting tomorrow.
You know why?
Because everyone wants chicken.
It has to do with the fact that, like, Johnny's not here to defend himself, but all of the, the Gen Zers that grew up on chicken nuggets never evolved past chicken nuggets. Like, Johnny still will order chicken nuggets and mac and cheese if he goes to a restaurant, and he's 26 years old. But that's what he had as a kid, and he's still ordering it. And don't get me wrong, when my kids eat chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, I always try some because it's great. But all these places now are going, these kids want nuggets.
Well, and where are they going to get the nuggets? It's McDonald's or what?
Right, well, a lot of places have nuggets now. I had some nuggets at Arby's when I was driving over Thanksgiving. They were unbelievably good. I was shocked.
No way, I don't believe that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Who is going to Arby's for nuggets?
Nobody. No one was more surprised than me. No.
You think I'm going to get fast food nuggets, the only place you think of is McDonald's.
I think Chick-fil-A, because you're a gay. You don't think about Chick-fil-A, but I do. Chick-fil-A.
But are they known for their nuggets?
Yeah, I get 30 of them at a time. 30.
Are they better than McDonald's nuggets?
they're different.
Different.
I don't think you could compare the both. They're different. If you were to force me to choose, I think I would go Chick-fil-A.
It's tough because
there's less chicken anus or what?
No, same amount. Same amount.
That's what it is. It's Chick-fil-A, less chicken anus. Because we're afraid of the gays.
Because we're afraid of gays.
Now my kids,
we use all breasts, baby.
My kids told me yesterday that their favorite chicken in the world is McDonald's chicken nuggets. They don't think there's any better chicken in the world than that.
Which is funny because when I was a kid, I thought the same thing, and then I got it for my kid, and I ate it, and I was like, ugh, this is grisly.
Yeah.
This is not as good as I remember.
Those spicy nuggies they got, they're reinventing the game.
Well,
I'm a fan.
This is the Taco Bell ones are zesty jalapeno buttermilk flavor, dusted with tortilla chips and breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
that
USA,
sounds amazing.
Baby. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, on that note.
Although, the Taco Bell, I still ban Taco Bell. I'll never eat there again.
Why?
Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I never recovered from me.
Yeah, and people are vowing to boycott Chipotle finally because of their recent price increase. They're doing 2% increase, and they're like, enough is enough. The flavor is not there enough for me to continue going there. It was always like, oh, this is the affordable option. I can get a nice burrito bowl and move on with my day. But if it's $15, $30 for two people, they're like, you know what? I might as well just go somewhere else.
You know that terrible moment where you're at a gas station and you watch them changing the prices in the wrong direction and you're about to fill up? I watched that happen at the Chipotle down the street.
You did?
Yeah, they were changing them out. Yeah,
do you have a fast food story for every?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. As we are either sprinting or crawling towards the end of the year, thanks for spending some of your 2024 remaining days with us here on KROQ. Christmas is how many days away? You keeping track of that anymore?
That'll be 7. We're a week away.
1 week away till Christmas. Consider that some sort of a friendly reminder or a panic attack if you need to go out and get some stuff. This hour on the show, we will make it worth your while, I believe. We got tickets for you to check out Aziz Ansari, the Long Beach Terrace Theater in April. And also at some point this morning, we'll get you into Six Flags Magic Mountain Holiday in the Park. Happening select nights now through January 5th. Those tickets starting with us at 9 o'clock this morning, going straight up through 6 p.m.
A lot of weighing in on the text line about which fast food places have the best nuggets. 323 Canes. I'm all Canes, baby.
Those aren't nuggets, though.
310
those are
Popeyes.
not. Those are strips.
A lot
totally
of love
different
for
world.
Wendy's nuggets.
Oh, Wendy's
they
nuggets.
Are
I hate
goat
Wendy's
nuggets.
Wendy's nuggets. Interesting.
Trash. I don't like it.
Hey, how about the time-tested Dino Nuggets?
Oh my God, I love a Dino Nugget.
Those are good.
Dino Nugget. And would they be as good if they were not in the shape of dinosaurs?
Nope.
Probably not.
Definitely not.
But when I can't decide if I'm in the mood for chicken or a pterodactyl, you better believe I like those Dino Nuggets.
I don't even give my kid a chance to reject them yet. I'm like, you don't want them? All right, I'll have them.
Yeah.
He's like reaching for it. I'm like,
Yeah.
You don't want this.
Kids trying not to burn their little baby tongue. You're like, that's fine, I'll eat it. Swallow these things whole. I understand why. Now it makes sense why the world is nugget obsessed. So it makes sense why.
Why Taco Bell would do nuggets?
And why not? And why quit there? Like, why doesn't Starbucks have nuggets? Like I've always had the theory, right, that
Nuggets for all.
every place should have one thing. No matter what style of food you have, everyone should have one basic thing so we can just compare going in and be like, Starbucks, coffee's okay, but the nuggets are pretty good.
Right.
Everyone
just
should
like
have
a
one
tester.
thing.
It's like kind of the equivalent of bread at the restaurant table.
In a moment, the man known as Ryan Seacrest should be on with us to promote whatever he's got going on New Year's Eve. Right now, some My Chem, and yes, music does sound a little bit different and better today on KROQ, according to quite a few people on the text line. You can listen live. You can watch us as we are streaming on YouTube. You can go to KROQ's YouTube channel and watch us streaming live, see what's going on in the studio, and how Allie and I get naked between the songs on KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Let us know if he calls. Waiting on Seacrest, but he's not here yet. According to 562, Seacrest finally hit rock bottom. He's doing Klein Alley Show.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to promote his New Year's Eve thing. I get it.
I think people were pissed about his Wheel of Fortune stuff. They think that he's like being a diva and that he should quit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we can ask him all about it when he joins us a little bit later this morning. Always eye-opening chat with the Seacrest when he's on our show. Boy, you have no idea.
Very graphic conversations.
On the show this hour, the 12 Days of Listmas rolls on. We'll break down another year-end list because we must do that. And now is probably a good time for you to start thinking about your questions that you have in store for you in the year 2025. Jobs, relationship stuff, money stuff, kids maybe. Nostradamus will be checking in. This is where I take the power of my giant nostrils and help predict the future of what 2025 will have in store for you. And for everyone who I've predicted for in the past, I don't know how my streak is, but I feel like I'm almost like 95% accurate.
Well, some people, have called in and said, you told me that I was going to get proposed to this year, and it did actually happen. I can't imagine that people are going to call in and say, you were wrong, you were wrong, you were wrong. I would imagine that those calls would not come in. So if you're right, then let us know.
Yeah, and if you have anything at all you're wondering about for the year ahead as it pertains to you, questions about the world, the winners of the Super Bowl, there's a million things you could ask. Once again, I don't harness the power of these giant nostrils often, but when I do, you better believe it's for the power of good, not the power of evil.
Well, and everybody's focused on 2025 at this point. I think everyone's pretty much checked out on 2024. They're wrapping it up. My giving up has really spread into multiple parts of my life. I stopped answering emails a couple days ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm just not responding. Like, unless it's with us. Like the show directly.
Did you, you just made a decision internally, I'm checked out now until the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm just like, I just don't feel like it. And then I was supposed to, I decided, oh, man, I should probably straighten up this house. And then I was like,
I've started seeing people
I'll
post
take care of it in the new year.
I'm totally feeling that way, too.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was going to gear up to make dinner, and then I was like, I'm just going to order pizza.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, this chapter's closed.
Yeah, there's no quit like the end of the year quit where you just go like, I have just no effort left.
In every aspect of my life.
Right.
Like even looking in the mirror in the morning, I'm like,
It's funny too.
I'm just going to put this orange shirt on.
Started seeing people posting their already arrived at their whatever their vacation is stuff, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me with this. It's December. What are we in? December what?
18th.
18th. I guess it's not that premature, but to watch people already beaching out and be like, my office for the next week. You're like, oh, shut up, you.
Yeah, well, I was trying to coordinate actually seeing some people over the break, and they're like, yeah, I'm free whenever. I'm, quote, working.
Quote.
Meaning that I'm working but not working,
right.
So I'm free whenever you want.
That must be nice.
So
we're here.
People are taking time off but not taking time off.
What kind of job is that? I want that.
I don't know.
What is that? What do they do?
I think on their business card it just says, quote, working.
Working.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I think you could ask them what they're doing. They still couldn't explain it to you, but they're always working.
Something in finance, I meant.
We'll take a super quick break. Okay, there he is. All right, when we get back, Seacrest. This will be uncomfortable, I'm sure. It always is, but we'll get to that the second we're back. And then Nostradamus, if you got questions about the year ahead and you need me to answer them by using the power of my giant pothole-sized nostrils, I will do that for you. It's all after this on KROQ.
Do your last minute Christmas shopping at KROQ.
Clean up an I-1067.
You want to be a winner to start your big holiday weekend? Call us now, 800-520-1067. Got the final round of Gunshot Firework, as we will take a listen together and figure out. It's a game that we all play in Southern California. Sometimes we play it year-round, but especially this week, man. This is the one week where I think we say to ourselves, well, maybe.
What was that boom?
Maybe that was a firework. Usually I think we think gunshot, duck cover, etc. But we'll give you a chance to play and win. Up for grabs, tickets for you to go to A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters today. And we'll get you in. And all you got to do is be on the phones now at 800-520-1067 for the final and the hardest one yet. Yesterday, what was the gun, Jake, yesterday? It was a...
I think that was a Remington 22.
Right. That was a gun. That's Allie. What gun is that, Jake? Let me hear that one again, Omar. What gun is that?
That's a pea shooter.
That's right. Good stuff right there.
I do love pee.
She sure does. It's a pee in the pool shooter is what that is right there. Let's get to it. It's time for gunshot or firework. Hit it.
When you live in L.A., you hear nightly. That's just Ali. Here at KROQ, talking about the sound that happens on your block. Firework or
All right, let's say hi to 626. Get you in on the game right now. This is exciting because you get a chance to not only win yourself some tickets, but also bragging rights. And whenever neighbors come running and say, what was that? What was that? You say, I know, because I played the game on KROQ. Daniel, you ready for this?
Yes, we did, guys.
Sweet dibs. Listen closely. You only get it once. Need an answer quickly. Everyone can play along, and here it is.
That was fireworks.
Confident.
With confidence. See, sometimes it's how quickly they come. Other times you wait for something. He says fireworks on that one. With confidence. You know the difference, huh?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Whoa, nice.
You got it.
I was wondering if, you know how Jake can identify the gun, can Omar identify the firework?
Omar, you know what type of firework that was on sound alone?
You know, that sounds like the Big Eagle 2000.
Wow.
If I think,
so close, dude.
That's a Black Cat 247.
Jake, that is. That was called
Useless information.
That was actually called Wild Screaming Rooster. If you guys really care,
okay.
I do have the names.
Wow.
If
You
actually,
really do?
Oh yeah, that's wild. Because here's the.
It does sound like that.
Let's play a game. Is this Klein or a firework? Let's go ahead and see.
Between your rooster screams and my pop-pops.
Yeah, Omar, what would the 4th of July sound like if you're really on a budget and you're really trying to play? There you go. Get you ready for the holidays.
That's a free one for you.
Daniel, hang tight, buddy, and hold on, and thanks for listening, and thanks for playing, and enjoy yourself some tickets to A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters now, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You know,
Hold
we
on
were
one second.
talking to, we were all talking about where we were going to be on the 4th, and Jake said he was over fireworks. Was that you, Jake?
Yeah. I haven't been into fireworks for quite a while now.
Do you feel like when you reach a certain age, you just kind of like every firework looks the same to you? Or is every single one awesome?
Here's the thing I've noticed. I like a couple of things I realized that I have not grown at all from when I was 5 years old. For instance, if I hear an ice cream truck, even as an adult now, I think I hear it, and then I take a second to confirm that I'm hearing it, and then if I see it, I will yell, even if it's just me and no one's around, ice cream truck, like that. Like I'm like, and then I go, what the hell are you doing? You're an adult. You can go to the store and buy all the ice cream you want.
Yeah.
With fireworks, when I not so much hear them, but when I feel like I do see anything out of the corner, like unexpectedly, or I'll see something, at Universal Studios I'm driving by, or maybe sometimes like by the Hollywood Bowl they got fireworks, and I'll catch one. I have a second of like, oh, so cool, fire, and then I realize I also don't really care.
Yeah.
But I do get very excited in the second I see them.
You also do feel that way about the Goodyear blimp.
Oh my God, I sure do. That is so
I've been with
true.
you when you've seen it, and you're like, there it is.
I've
It's
almost-
a Goodyear blimp.
my
and I'm
God,
like,
really?
okay.
The
Goodyear blimp?
Who cares?
I have almost crashed my car when driving
And
by.
then he sends me videos.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't care about this blimp.
There are three things. I get strangely excited
things.
when I see the blimp, and then I also don't care, but I just get excited when I see it. I'm like, that's the blimp!
No, that carries over to me because I saw it like parked in its
Yeah,
hangar one
when
day,
it's-
and I
what-
was like, Katie, it's the blimp. And
Yeah.
she was like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
was like,
You dumbass.
I was like, what have I done?
Yeah. That is. Those three things, I get excited, but the excitement lasts for seconds.
Yeah.
And as you know, the watching of the fireworks, the problem with it in general is, and I know Omar loves parades and probably loves fireworks and this and that, is that you always get some a-hole who stands next to you that constantly predicts that this is the
This is the
finale.
end,
This-
yes.
Okay.
Here comes the finale.
Here,
predictor.
guys, I'm pretty sure.
This must be the finale.
Yeah, and then
I think this is the finale.
and you go like, okay, oh, here it is. Hey, this is the hey, look. And by the way, finale looks just like the other part of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not the finale. It keeps going for a while. You go, I think that's it. No.
I think
Okay,
at this point
that
it's
was
a
it.
joke to them. They're like, let's make everyone think it's the finale now.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, guys, this is the finale.
And then
You see that?
sometimes they talk about it, and they go, well, that was kind of a short show.
Yeah,
If
it's
this
like-
is the finale.
yeah,
But that
whatever.
was only 25 minutes.
We take ourselves a quick break. We're back in a moment. When we return, Friday Flex. You got anything worth bragging about? Now's your chance. Doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem. Quite a few people leaving their Friday Flexes on the GOAT line. We'll also open up these phones at 800-520-1067. If you want to get in on this, Friday Flex time, and we'll do it next.
Klein Alley Show.
In exactly 2 minutes and 40 seconds here on the world famous KROQ. in Hollywood. That job usually goes to one man and one man only, and his name is Ryan Seacrest. He is returning now to KROQ to talk about New Year's Eve. And good morning, Ryan.
Hey, guys. I love Dick.
Wait, what? Excuse me, what?
Oh, my God. Right away?
Dick Clark, guys. He's the man behind New Year's Eve for years.
That's right.
On New Year's Eve, joining us, the return of Ryan Seacrest on KROQ. Good morning, Seacrest.
Hey, guys. Great talking to you again. Allie and Klein, missed you guys. I'm your neighbor right down the dial on 102.7 KISS FM. And, of course, you are on the World Famous KROQ.
Yeah, Ryan, it doesn't seem like you take much time off. You've been so busy.
Well, most of my stuff is, recorded, so I'm actually home right now. I don't tell anybody.
It must be nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Why don't you tell us what you have in store for us for New Year's Eve?
Looking forward to it, guys. This is my 20th year hosting Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2025, which will be on ABC, 8 o'clock. And, guys, it's going to be a celebration not only in New York, where I'll be right there at Times Square, but in Los Angeles, but all around the world as we ring in the new year.
Now, there's a lot of hosts that are in Times Square, right? Because I always see, you'll be doing your thing, but then off to the corner, you see the other people from the other channels. You guys get along, or are you all competing?
No, we've got the great Anderson Cooper. Of course, Andy Cohen will be there. We've got a lot in common.
Like that you're all New Year's Eve hosts, you mean?
No, it's our love of penises is what brings us together.
Oh, man.
Yeah, New Year's Eve, ABC, guys,
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Jesus.
Nobody's there to see them. Guys, I'm so self-involved. There's nobody else that exists. It's just me.
I get it.
But do a lot of people feel like you measure up to the great Dick Clark?
Whether they do or not, I will forever love Dick. I've always got Dick in my head and in my thoughts while I'm doing the show.
Uh-huh.
It's just constant rotating Dick through my mind. What would Dick do?
Oh, my God.
In the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Clark did that job for many years, and then you took over when he could no longer count backwards, and then, of course, he's no longer with us. But what surprises do you have in store for us this year? Because it seems like every year, as a casual viewer, it's kind of all pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, we'll flash back to some memories, some of the greatest moments of Dick, because we got to keep his spirit alive, and make him part of the show. I mean, his name is still in the title, for God's sakes, for now, at least, until we can get rid of that. But yeah, we'll have. I'll always think of Dick when I'm speaking.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of great festivities, and of course, guys, it's all about the ball drop. Just big, giant balls all across the world, sliding down giant vertical pipes in celebration as we bring in the new year.
Wow. So very graphic description of the ball, Ryan.
Dropping down these towering poles, and 10 seconds for that ball to descend the length of those giant shafts.
Right.
And we all celebrate screaming. So we've got Carrie Underwood performing, Lenny Kravitz, TLC, some of the best artists from the mid-'90s will be performing as we welcome the 2025 New Year.
Yeah. Ryan Seacrest on with us right now. This is very rare and strange to do because you could hear him on a different radio station, even though technically he's in his house, and most of that show's already been recorded anyway. But we're talking New Year's Eve now because you will be back in the heart of Times Square with all of the foreign tourists that are wearing diapers and urinating on themselves because they are not allowed to go and use the bathroom.
I love those parties.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I do love those parties.
You are wild.
Ryan, I think you're newly single. Are you planning on kissing anybody at midnight?
Damn right I am. Kissing everybody. Listen, I'm rich and famous. I can get pretty much any man, any person that I want on New Year's. So I might just make my way around.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This has been such a strange interview. I feel like you're so much more free on KROQ than you are on your station.
It does feel pretty good. And like I said, the night, listen, my name is in the title. Yes, it's Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2025 on ABC. But it's all about the ball. It's all about the giant balls all across the world. The balas, the chio, if you're in Chinese, the kuratun for our Arabic-speaking countries, the magabola, if you're Filipino.
Jesus.
It's all about the geodesic sphere of dropping and sliding down that long shaft for 10 seconds until we all celebrate.
My God, you really know every.
Wow. They definitely got the right guy for the job. There's no denying that.
Any final thoughts, Ryan?
Listen, it's going to be a fun night. We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be live on ABC, the best live and lip-synced music that you'll ever see right there in 2025. Some of your favorites.
Great.
I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. The great Ryan Seacrest. And when you say, just to clarify, when you say I love Dick, which you said over and over again during this interview, you're talking about Dick Clark, correct?
Nothing is more important to me, especially on that night, than Dick. Do my very best to make sure the spirit of Dick comes out of my mouth all night long on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2025 on ABC. 8 o'clock, guys.
Okay. And again, you're talking about Dick Clark.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Ryan Seacrest. What a chat. K-Rock, Klein, Alley Show. That was very strange, as always. Shocked by that. Just really shocking, Alley. Seacrest on with us. K-Rock, Klein, Alley Show. As we're talking about New Year's Eve, though, it's interesting because Nostradamus will be checking in moments for predictions. This is where I rub my giant nostrils and give you any answers you have for any questions about the year ahead. We'll get to that in a moment. But as you know, we're officially at that time where I guess people are starting to ask each other, hey, what are your plans for New Year's Eve? You got plans yet? You going somewhere? Mm-hmm. And even though the, quote, going out club circuit is, dead right now in L.A., there are still plenty of places that are trying to capitalize by selling you the VIP and the VVIP and the Platinum VIP and the...
I think that is going to be a dead zone this year.
You really think so?
Oh,
I feel like on New Year's Eve, for whatever reason, those always still seem to do well. Maybe not what they once did, but even
I don't know. I think the idea of getting drunk at a club and paying $500 to sit somewhere, sit on a tiny little stool, is so much less worth it than just sitting at home with good friends, drinking the same champagne, or going to a really good house party.
But people like to be around people. And if you're single, specifically, you like to be around other single people, or you want to think that there's an opportunity. Because I think a lot of people look at the end of the year and the start of the new year like, oh, anything's possible now. Maybe this is, I think everyone's got that thought, like, oh, I run into that person. And I like, of all of the many times I was single on New Year's Eve, one time I did meet someone at one of these, big, like, club party things. And it was It's a very cool feeling that you meet someone at 9:30 and by midnight you're
making out.
Yeah, you're pretty much married at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember a year where I made out with a random guy. Actually, I made out with many people that night.
Many people.
Jeez,
Sounds proud about it.
I think I had done like a round robin. Like I was collecting people throughout the night, and then as midnight hit, I just went around and made out with a bunch. Yeah, I really made out with lots of people that night. That I recall.
I guess for someone like you that's looking for that sort of acceptance, that's a good time because people are, people right around midnight. Like they may have standards at 9, and then their standards drop a little bit at 10.
I was like, I'm here, baby.
And then they drop a little bit more at 11, and by like 11:55, those standards are like anyone
it's
who's
literally whoever is standing next to you.
Right.
And I managed to stand next to everybody. Men, women, didn't matter.
It just kept shifting around?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Hey, it's the proximity. That's more important than looks at that point.
I think I remember, too, that there was a guy that I had met that night that I was like, we were like, oh, we should date, and then we went on one date afterwards, and we were like, what are we doing?
Yeah, you realize the magic's not there.
Yeah, it was like, this was a New Year's Eve thing. There's no reason why we need to keep seeing each other.
But Omar, you DJ'd, you've DJ'd New Year's Eve parties before. And
oh, yeah, a ton.
And the ones that used to happen, at least the traditional ones, that would always be like, you could either just buy a regular ticket that would get you in, and usually it would come with some BS thing like a noisemaker and one glass of champagne at midnight, but then you could upgrade and go VIP, and then it was like platinum. It never stopped the levels. It just kept climbing. There's so many levels
there was
of
like
VIP.
5 different levels, and then the VIP, it's like, okay, one set of VIP, you get this special entrance, but if you go to the VIP,
right,
you get another entrance, and all kinds of BS like that. Yeah, actually, one of the best New Year's Eve parties I actually played with our friends, the Crystal Method, one year in downtown LA.
It's funny about your the different ways they break down the VIP is that they, in theory, when you're signing up, when you're buying your quote tickets, it seems very well organized because you're like, oh, I have a dedicated bar, or oh, there's a past hors d'oeuvres.
But then when you get there, you realize how many people also have that.
It's just complete
chaos. It's also
chaos.
Always an S show.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
Total
but
chaos.
also, I think the biggest crock is the party favors.
Right.
This one includes party favors.
Right.
I'm like, so what the hell is that? A popper? One popper?
That's what it always is. And you think to yourself when you're signing up for it, like, oh, this one's $50 more, but it does come with party favors. And then you get there and it's like a stupid hat that says 2025 on it, like a cardboard hat.
And you could have gotten at the dollar store.
Yeah.
And you could have just brought with you.
Yeah. Well, make your plans, I guess, carefully. Although even the concept of if you say, hey, I want to have a chill New Year's Eve, but I don't want to stay home, so I'll go to a restaurant. Even restaurants have figured out a way to really bang you out because they will do the.
That's why you got to go dive bar. That's what we did one year. It was so fun, and nobody gave a crap. It was just all the same alcoholics that are there every single night.
That's the best.
And it was the best.
And Allie made out with all of them.
I did.
Every single one of
Even
them.
the toothless ones. They were real gummy, but I liked it.
The power of the nostrils will be shown in just a moment. On the phones now, people are already lining up. If you'd like to get in, you can text 800-520-1067. You can call. We will predict the future. What next year has in store for you. Nostradamus next, KROQ. December on KROQ, Klein Alley Show. The power of the nostrils. A lot of people would look at me and say, that poor man with those giant pothole-sized nostrils. But once a year, the power of the nostrils proves over and over again that I can predict the future. In fact, Allie, a few weeks ago, we received this phone call on the GOAT line from someone that I made a prediction for last year, almost exactly 1 year ago. And if you don't believe the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the nostrils. Listen to this.
Hi, Klein and Allie. I have to give you some super exciting news. So in last December, I had called in for Nostradamus, and I had asked if I would get engaged in 2024. And I wanted to give you guys the exciting news that Nostradamus was correct. I just got engaged.
Wow.
I'm super duper excited, and I just wanted to thank Nostradamus for helping to manifest this. Really couldn't have done it without you. And I will say, I know you had predicted we may not get to the wedding.
Yes.
But, of course, that remains to be seen.
Okay.
So
Well.
we're hoping for the best. But wanted to say thanks.
You're very welcome. It's time now for a new round of predictions for the year ahead. This is Nostradamus. As you know, one of the greatest prognosticators ever is Nostradamus, but he didn't have nostrils like these, baby.
I know. You give him a nice little rub down before you see the future.
Also could have a sinus infection coming on. I want to point that out as well. So
Does that make your
more powerful.
Yeah, more
I think.
powerful.
I
Oh,
think
nice.
so.
You trim your nose hairs like before we do this, to get make more contact.
I should have.
To make more contact.
I should have, Omar. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. Please, you're on with the very powerful Nostradamus. Let me go ahead and get to your question.
So my question is, a lot of these supergroups have gotten back together, Oasis, Linkin Park. Do you know what the next supergroup or big group will reunite next year?
Yes, okay, good question. What is the next big reuniting of a band? Hold on 1 second.
Come on, nostrils.
Allie, please don't laugh while I'm trying to get the power. This guy has a serious question. Okay, 2025.
So stupid.
It's not stupid. How
It's
dare you?
super stupid.
2025 is going to be the year. I can't believe I'm saying this. The brothers Hanson.
Oh! Well, they never broke up, but yeah.
They never broke up?
No, they actually, I think, just played a concert.
Oh, really? They're still performing that band?
Oh, yeah, Katie knows all about it. She
okay,
loves
hold
them.
on. Let me go a little deeper. Hold on.
Come on.
Yeah, dig in there, man.
Different gay brothers.
Hold on. The brothers Nelson. No, there we go. Hold on. Nostradamus is looking for the answer. His question, which band will get back together in the year 2025? Okay. Just came to me. I know that everyone got excited for one show, and No Doubt did Coachella one time. But 2025, get ready for a No Doubt tour to be announced.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Nostradamus.
But again, they didn't really break up. I mean, they
Yeah,
just,
they did. That counts.
went on some sort of like
Come on, try again.
Yeah, I can't keep going anymore.
Klein really doesn't know a lot about music.
Less music weapons, all right?
So enough. I don't know a lot about bands. All right, go ahead. Nostradamus is here to predict the future. Gus, what do you need? What do you got for us?
I was just curious if you knew who else was in Diddy's circle.
Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. This is good.
A lot to sniff out there, huh, Nostradamus?
Well, this is going to be surprising.
There's no one else?
Oprah is going to be... I'm not kidding, guys. I'm telling you right now, Oprah is going to be tied to Diddy in 25.
That is a bold prediction, but if you are right, I will finally say I 100% believe in Nostradamus.
All right, the power of the nostrils. You will learn about this. This will be a big story. It'll break sometime early 25. There was a connection between Oprah and Diddy. That's all I'm saying.
Nostradamus always predicts like more war and robots taking over.
It's always the scary stuff.
But it's always really general. I like that you're specific on this one.
All right, Alana, welcome to KROQ. You're on with the very powerful Nostradamus, the power of the nostrils. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
My question is just in the near future, of hopefully in this next year coming up, what does my love life look like? I'm a single mom, so it'd be nice to meet somebody.
Okay, dating is not easy these days. Let me see what I have in store for you. Well, this is not a good vision I just got, but it says you're going to. It's not Oprah. No, you're going to be getting back with an ex. I don't know if it's your most recent ex, but someone that you've already had a relationship with is going to re-enter your life in 2025.
Ooh, amazing, great.
So I don't know, once again, maybe this is the father of the child, maybe not, but an ex will be re-entering the life, and it will go better this time around because you know what things you did wrong and they did wrong, and you've both grown, and I think that this will actually be, a redo, but it will be good for you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a happy new year.
Also, I'm sensing you're buying a lot of sex toys. I don't know why that's also happening.
Oh, I love that.
But that's also...
Maybe are you sensing a little gayness, too?
No gay, Allie. Just from you over there with that flannel. But now...
Let me rub my flannel.
No, you don't have the power. Stop it. Get out of here.
Over the shirt stuff.
That's nostril Dykesmith over there. All right, hold on, Alana. Hang tight. Thank you. Good luck to the year ahead.
Alana, gay name.
We got to take a break. We have no time to continue this nonsense. I wish we did. Klein has a hard enough time predicting the present, someone said. All right, well, these are all things that are going to happen. And you can go ahead and mark my words.
The good thing is that so much time passes before we do it again that I can't remember if any of them came true.
Yeah, that's the best part about this. Everyone will forget when we hit that dead week. We'll be right back with your ADD News, and we start giving you stuff next.
KROQ. Klein.
Imagine you hearing that song at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena next September. We'll make that happen for you starting in less than 2 hours this morning on KROQ, and all day long and all week long. Oasis tickets. Their first show is happening here in Los Angeles. We will get you in. So on Friday after the show, I got involved in a very strange, high stakes, dangerous, very dangerous.
Involved is a strong word.
Well, inadvertently involved.
You weren't involved.
It's amazing that you are going to S this. You're going to talk S about what happened.
You were sitting in your car.
I'll explain what happened. You tell me how you would have handled it. Because so many people, after I started posting the live coverage I was doing of this police pursuit followed by a complete police standoff in the middle of Beverly Hills, people said, Klein, this is one of those things that would only happen to you. It seems like people goes, this is a story that I would hear you talk about on the radio and would have said, is this a real story or is this made up? But now that I was putting all this evidence of it up, everyone's like... It just seems like it would only happen to me. Has it ever happened to you before you say what a stupid thing that happened?
No, you are somebody who is prone to holdups. You're always being held up for some reason.
Right, yes. And so much so that when I was late to go see my wife on Friday because of this, she goes, there's always a story. And I go, yeah. You're right. There's a story.
There is always a story because you attract it. Somehow.
I'm in the middle of a police standoff where if I got out of my car, they would.
But that's where you exaggerate a little. You were not in the middle of a police standoff.
Well, if the police
were in your car, boxed in by cops.
Yeah, front row seat. That was awesome.
If the police are on one side of me,
you were a good bystander,
and the perps are on the other side of me, and then you got guns drawn going both directions, and I'm in the middle. What do you call that? Am I not in the middle of a police stand?
You were in the middle.
No, you were behind the police.
You had a front row seat.
Guys, there was police on both sides, but front and back.
You're a glorified bystander.
The only people between the police were the perps and me. That's it.
And you were too scared to get out of your car and get a better angle.
They wouldn't let me get out of them. I got reprimanded to get out of my car, and, well, I'll explain what happened.
Were the cops there when you arrived at your car?
No. So I am driving down like a stupid idiot. I text my wife. I was going to meet her. She had a doctor's appointment. I said, I'll meet you because it was not far from the radio station. I said, do you need me to get you anything on the way? Which stupid question.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
She used to say, no, I'm good for a while, and that was great. So I would just ask, get it out of the way. This time she said, oh, you know what I'd love is a matcha latte.
Uh-huh.
I said, stupid matcha latte every time. So I pull over to go get a matcha latte, and I'm driving up, I think I was on Beverly or one of those streets in Beverly Hills, I forget. And all of a sudden, there's two open spots, meter spots. I never see anything like it. Usually, you can't find any parking there. It's the worst. So I pull into the one spot, and I'm looking, and now I've got my car parked. I'm looking for any sort of change so I can throw something in the meter. I think a quarter gets you like 6 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Not a lot. But I just said I just got to throw in 2 quarters because if you don't, you'll get a ticket instantly there. They're like right on top of it. They love giving out tickets. So I put I'm looking for change. I'm bent down. In the time I bend down to look between my seats for change to when I pop up, I then see cop cars come from every direction, like on a full Two pull up to the left of me. Some are pulling down the street. They're shutting down. I see them shut down the street in front, shut down the street behind. And I'm going, oh, my God. I think I pulled into an area that had already been cleared for whatever they were about to do. But I didn't realize it. I thought it was an open spot.
Oh, so you think that they somehow got the cars out of the way?
I don't know what happened. I never see that kind of parking, but no one stopped me, or maybe I ignored a cone or something. I don't know. I just pulled right in, and I go, oh, it's a great spot. It's my lucky day. Then, of course, cop cars start circling all around. They start in the thing. All right, get out with your hands up. And I think at first, I don't see any of the car. I just see me. So I'm looking and going, what the hell did I do?
Right. You think that you
or
I would think at that point I look like someone who's committed a felony.
I have been pulled over before.
You do look like somebody who's committed an offense.
I drove the same car for a while as a guy that was apparently the leader of the Avenues gangs. And when I used to work and drive around early in the morning in the Los Feliz area, Glendale, whatever, I got pulled over one time and they explained to me they thought I was in the Avenues gangs.
Cool.
And I said, I wish. How do I get in? So they start doing this, and then I open up my car door to get out, put my hands up, because I thought at the very least this will be a good story.
Oh my God, that would have been so funny. You should have done the thing where you get out for the front window, and then you fall down and your pants come off. That would have been so great. You should have done it for the show.
And as I start to get out of the car, the guy yells at me very loudly, by the way, get back in the car! Get back in the car! Like that. So I get back in my car. And then I see two cars up. There is a car that has cops' guns drawn, going up on both sides of me now. Shotguns out, pistols out. No BS, Allie.
They had shotguns?
There's video. Johnny, post some of the footage. I gave Johnny exclusive footage. They're going up and they're circling surrounding this car now. Black car. So
why does that matter?
I'm just letting you know, Beverly Hills racist.
Oh, okay. So got it.
They are circling this car. All I can see is the black car. I don't know what's going on inside of it. I don't see how many people there are.
Was it a nice car?
I couldn't see anything other than the fact
because you were just a bystander.
Yeah, I was. At this point, I was in my car and I decided to do some live coverage, play-by-play of what's happening. But the cops, I mean, it was a serious. This was something that was not like a traffic stop that turned into 3 cops, 4 cops. This was something that clearly they had a plan in place because cops came from every direction at the same time.
So you think somebody was stealing something, or do you know what happened now?
So first of all, they won't let me out of my car. I'm boxed in. They got cop cars next to me. The whole
matcha's
street
getting cold.
The whole street is blocked off. I can't even get out and get the matcha. I pre-ordered the stupid matcha.
I know, it's probably sitting there getting all disgusting.
So I try to get out a few times. They say, get back in your car. You have to sit in your car. And so I'm sitting in my car. Meanwhile, I see my blinking meter is red blinking, and now all of a sudden on the scene is a meter maid walking up and down.
Still doing the stuff?
Yeah, putting tickets on cars in the middle of a police standoff. And I'm going.
They're like, but you can go ahead, do your job.
And I'm tapping on my window, waving at her, going, I'm here. I'm pointing. I can't get out and put a quarter in there. I'm holding up the quarter to show
She's
her.
holding up the ticket there it is.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, I'm right here. I go, they will do anything to give you the tickets. They don't stop the tickets. So anyway, long and short of it is, they keep me there for about an hour. Then we leave the car. They get these.
What's great is that you missed your wife's doctor's appointment. That would have been boring.
Yeah, it would have been. But I actually somehow made it for the tail end of it, which is the worst part.
Jesus.
I didn't even get to see the disrobing part. The whole reason I was going to go.
I don't know.
Disrobing.
I feel like exaggerating with an hour. I bet you were there 10, 20 minutes.
No, you can look at clock in my car the whole time. But anyway, they got these guys out. 3 guys get pulled out one at a time, handcuffed, walk backwards, the whole thing. And then I finally asked one of the cops, I'm like, hey, I know you guys are in the middle of something. I don't want to be a dick here, but is there any way I can get out of this parking spot? And then the guy was like, hey, you're the KROQ. He knew the voice, listens to the show or something. So thank you, Beverly Hills Police Force, whatever. And I said, hey, can you tell me what happened here? You know, I was like, it's cool. I won't talk about it on the radio. He's like, all right. So here's what he said. This was a stolen car from San Bernardino. And apparently the guys were doing a bunch of, I don't know if they were like smash and grabs or break-ins around there.
That's kind of what I figure is robbery.
And I think they caught one of the guys in their crew, and that guy ratted out those guys and said their next plan is to do the same thing in like Beverly Hills.
Cool.
So they were
intercepting the job?
They were on the lookout for these guys.
Wow.
And they took them down. And it was, is
there anything about this story on the news anywhere?
No. No, just right here. That's a very exclusive.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're alive.
Life or death situation.
You had some really peak sitting.
So
peak sitting this weekend.
Just saying, sat in my car.
There you go. That's it.
Had to listen to KROQ for an hour. It's not easy, guys. Quick break. Back in a second. More show. Let's get into your news right now. Then a brand new hour of the show, perhaps the greatest hour of your life. Only way to find out is to keep it locked here on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Se habla español.
Hola!
Oh, wait, we don't.
So the National Film Registry is kind of like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but for movies. And any movie that is a classic or has significant cultural significance is selected. A new crop of classic movies is entered into the National Film Registry every year. 25 movies get added, which seems like way too many movies.
Freddie got fingered?
Not yet. No. But this year, Up in Smoke is being added.
Oh.
Along with Beverly Hills Cop. Dirty Dancing is being added. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Probably one of the most famous movie lines of all time. It's the only movie that my mom ever made me watch.
Force you
A
to.
classic movie that she made me watch after I got my period.
If this Patrick Swayze can't make her straight, nothing can. That's what she was saying.
I think she thought, well, she's got her period now, so she's a woman. So I better teach her about Dirty Dancing and the fears around abortion and anti-Semitism.
Right. Is that what that was about? I thought it was about watermelons. Weren't they moving watermelons around in that movie? I'm thinking of Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, the sequel. Excuse me, it's totally different.
Literally nobody saw that movie.
Yeah, I did. You better believe it.
They have watermelons in that movie?
I thought so. I don't remember.
No, Dirty Dancing was kind of, it was a, quote, romance movie, or I guess maybe some people would consider it a rom-com, but there were some really serious plot lines in there.
Mm-hmm.
There was the dancing partner, the female, was, quote, in trouble, which meant she was pregnant, but she didn't know who the dad was.
Got it.
And then she had, like, a backdoor abortion.
Oh, nice.
And then there were a lot of very adult themes in that movie. Anyway, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also being added. Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. The Miracle Worker, the one about Helen Keller. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Spy Kids.
Spy Kids. Made it
Why?
in. Finally. Spy Kids 3D or the original 2D one?
I think the original.
Man,
Do you only watch 2s and 2Ds?
I only watch the sequels and
and anything with a watermelon.
anything in 3D. I don't know any of these originals that made it.
I just don't, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's some classics, and then I'm like, why is Spy Kids in there? Like
Mm-hmm.
That was a good movie.
I mean, I get that it was a
It
good
was.
movie, but
Well,
Hall of
Robert
Fame,
Rodriguez.
like, okay.
But they're
Yeah, great director.
not calling this the Hall of Fame. They're calling this the what is it?
Well, it's the National Film Registry. Movies that are so good they need to be protected nationally, and
Protected.
there's some that have been chosen like because it was the first black director of a movie ever. There's
Right.
certain ones that are going to be added just because of their cultural significance. I don't see that with Spy Kids.
Oh, maybe the Spy Kids got put in there to protect the other movies. The Spy Kids are very intimidating. They needed them in there to keep an eye on the other
Let's
stuff.
protect these movies
Yeah.
with my magnifying glass.
Yeah, I'm sure there's always one or two that sneaks through the cracks.
So there are many things that you can ask for Christmas. You got your list. Maybe you're fulfilling the list of others. But there's one thing all of us have already and will never lose no matter what happens, and that, Klein, is debt. But here's a holiday miracle. $2 billion in medical debt is being wiped away in L.A. County.
I saw this yesterday, and I was so annoyed because I think I just paid a bill I owed to a hospital when I had
I'm
to go.
still getting bills for my stuff.
Yeah. How do you get some of that $2 billion? You just don't pay your bills?
They
or?
say that you have to meet certain criteria, but you don't have to apply or anything. You get selected, and then you get a letter just saying, hey, your bills have been paid, which is an amazing
What a
letter
letter.
to get. So
What a
just
letter.
watch out in the mail. But you have to live in the county. You have to earn less than or equal to 400% of the federal property level, which would be $124,000 annually. And you also have to owe the hospital 5% or more of your annual household income.
So you have to owe a significant amount, which is
A
not
lot.
hard to owe a hospital because they really figured out a way to jack up your bills. So that's not difficult. You go to the hospital for 20 minutes, you're probably looking at a $20,000 bill.
Yeah, so $20,000.
I mean, before they try to do, they always give you some crazy number and then it gets, quote, adjusted. But usually the number they give you, everything is jacked up
But what's
way up.
confusing to me now is that I got a bill, and then I got another bill, and now I've gotten a third bill from the same hospital. I'm like, what is this one? And they're like, well, there's a hospital bill, and there's a medical bill, and then there's also a this bill, and
Yeah,
a
the
this bill.
doctors
And it's like,
usually
why
bill
did you
separately.
split it all up? Just give me one stupid bill. All right, if you're cheap like me and you don't want to pay full price for a massage, there's a new option out there for you, and it's here in Southern California, expanding quickly. The idea of robot massage. Weird to
I've
think
seen
that
this thing. It looks so cool.
a massage therapist would be replaced by robots because it seems like something only a human could do. But
It's great.
this
No
thing-
chit-chat, no small talk.
Yeah, this one that's getting a lot of buzz is called Pause. And basically, you go in, you have to be clothed, so you can't take all of your clothes off. You have to put on like this kind of spandex outfit because there's no oil. You know, they can't really get the arms up and down your body. They need to put some kind of fabric on you. But they do a full body scan of you and they figure out your problem areas using AI. And then you just lay there. It's $60 for 30 minutes, so it's cheaper than a regular massage. And these little robot arms will scan your body and give you a happy ending.
That's amazing. They probably still want a tip, too, right? Like, even though it's a robot doing it, I'm sure there's still an opportunity
Oh, my
to tip.
God, of course.
Because they're going to do that. There is no happy ending. I
Or
looked
like
into that
the
already.
person that
That will be the future. I mean, that is going to be the slippery slope into kind
Sex
of this
robots.
world of sex robots. But this thing, I've seen it. It's
This
just,
thing only has like nubs, though. I don't know how it would give you a...
I've never had a massage. I think that would take away from the experience, having to, be in some sort of weird getup and then having a robot do it.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the thing about this one I'm looking at that Allie's talking about, which is weird, is they could have done anything. It's a robot. They could have done anything they wanted. They could have given this thing 9 arms. They should have, because imagine how good that massage. And they
Yeah,
still,
you could have gotten massage all over your body
They
at
still
once.
gave it 2 arms. Like, they still stayed with like the human looking.
So, Klein, if you had the option of getting a masseuse, a nice looking lady masseuse, or a robot, you would choose robot.
Robot.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
robot. Yep. Yeah, because I don't like
You don't like the interaction of
Yeah.
like you want to be able to fart freely. and
all
not
that
have-
stuff.
yeah.
Not have to talk. All the stuff. I don't like. I get very uncomfortable. I don't do a lot of massage. In the few I've done, because someone gave me one for a gift or something, the whole time in my head, I just count backwards from 40. It's a 45-minute massage. I just start counting in my head till it ends.
Well, that's your own problem.
Well, probably.
A robot can't fix that. I just like the little whispers where they go, "Is the pressure okay?"
Is the pressure okay? Get into a brand new hour of the show next on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Welcome back to KROQ just after 8 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. For many, the final week that you'll be putting in hours this year, or for others, maybe you're not taking any time off, in which case, don't worry, we'll keep you company. We're here live all week. Then we got some of the top 50 moments in the history of the show that you've been requesting. You can give us your thoughts on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT. You can DM us. We'll try to get those on. This was someone's recommendation. I don't even remember this, Allie, but...
Talking about Klein Alley moments, one of my favorite moments was when Klein was talking to a security guard. I forgot where, but it was not in the studio, and Klein was trying to be sneaky and secretive, and he told the security guard, "Can I just ask you something really quick?" But the way Klein said it was, "Can I just you real quick?" Something like that. And then Allie said, "What?" And then she said, Sure. I'm a leprechaun. Have you seen me pot of gold?" Please, can someone please find this clip?
I don't even remember that, but apparently it's something we did on the show. I'm glad that this was more impactful for you than it was for us. But we'll take a look.
I don't remember that at all.
Jake loves looking for these clips that people are asking for. Because just when he thought he had the top 50 figured out, everyone's going with these new ones. We're like, yeah, that one's probably better. We should find that one too.
Well, to be fair, though, they should be a little more findable. Wouldn't you agree, Jake?
Our system's not great.
Well, you don't use the system. The
Right.
system was we keep track of the list, and then I give you a list, and you pick off the list, and you go, I don't like this list. How about all this other stuff from like 3 years ago?
Yes, because there were plenty of things that were moments that are unforgettable on the show that were not on the, quote, list of best things on the show.
And every day after the meeting, you're supposed to give us that list and like the memorable things and the best ofs, and we're supposed to write on the list, and you didn't.
But you also, Jake, you label stuff in a very weird way. Like, for instance...
What are you talking about? It's me and Vanessa.
I know, but sometimes things are just listed complaint call. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, complaint call.
There's a million complaint calls
so
we've
many
gotten.
complaint
How am I
calls.
supposed to know what it is?
There's a description in the best of list of what it is.
No, it's not.
Okay, guys, stop fighting. It's my fault.
Then the description
I'm
would
bad
be
at
person
description.
calls to complain. That's
Yeah.
the description.
Vanessa is terrible at descriptions.
I'm bad at English. Come on.
Okay, fair enough. She said it, guys. She said it.
You're owning it now, Vanessa, which
I
is
love
beautiful.
it. For a while, she was trying to convince us she was good at English, and we were the problem. And we're like, no, you're not. Finally, she's accepted it. All right.
Hey, I'm bad at English.
But you know what? We get through it.
This
We do.
hour on the show, a chance for you to win some stuff. We got the return of Good Santa, Bad Santa. Santa made the news, but is it for good or bad reasons? We'll get to that. Also have another year-end list to share with you. This one, Allie, we'll have to share with you after Papa Roach.
Oh, my God.
as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Papa Roach. Later this hour, we'll get to the top most awkward moments that happened during celebrity or guest interviews this year on the show. Could be long questions, Allie. As you know, you've been known for those. Could be just rambling, incoherent nonsense that happened. And we will share with you the 5 most awkward, uncomfortable moments we had during interviews on this show this year.
Do I have to be there for that?
I'd like us both to go home early, and Omar can play the clips.
I would like to leave and come back. I just don't want to hear them again.
No, we're going to have to sit here and listen to them. So we got that going on. Tell me about this, if you agree. There are red flags in relationships, and then there are, like, glaring red flags. And then there are things that are past the point of red flag. And Jake is dealing with something right now that he believes is very normal. And we all, at least I heard him say it.
What are you talking about? I didn't say this was normal.
Well, let me ask you the following question. This girl, Tina, that you met through the show, you've seen a few times, then she's kind of started ghosting you, and then you said, well, if she comes to Acoustic, I guess we're still a thing, and if she doesn't come, we're not a thing. And she didn't come, right?
Right.
So I kind of assumed that was over.
Yeah.
Then you claim that you're the wallpaper on her cell phone?
I said that, yeah, I thought it was like a red flag that I saw her cell phone like after we had seen each other for like a week, and it was a picture of me and her on her screensaver.
Whoa, that was after a week?
Or less.
And what was it, like the first picture you've taken together? Like there couldn't have been that many pictures to choose from by
Yeah,
then.
I think it was like a picture we took like the night where we met, yeah.
Are you sure it's not one of those, she doesn't have one of those phones that just scrolls through pictures? Because my wife has that feature on her
No,
phone.
I'm pretty sure. In fact, I think it was like not like a, you know how you look through like a spyglass? It had like a heart kind of shape.
Whoa, damn.
So you guys,
oh my God, that's like 6th grade level obsession.
On my phone wallpaper right now, I have Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, Carol C. Special.
And it's been there
for a
I've
long
known
time.
you.
Right. I love it. Brings me happiness every time I look at it. Sometimes I eat healthy food. I look at my phone screen and wish I was eating that. But to be in a relationship that's not even a relationship, you don't even have a title. I think that is more significant than when people used to change their status update on Facebook. To be someone's wallpaper on their phone? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, think about even when you do those rotating pictures, Omar. I think you have to choose the photos that you want to rotate. So even that, I think you have to do something significant to be in someone's life to be on that rotator. But
I saw it numerous times. So what are the odds that every time I see it, it's like the same photo?
Or maybe she just changes it based on who she's with.
Yeah, it's a good chance. She could be like gaslighting you or something.
Yeah.
She's putting it on to make you think that you're like really important to her, and then as soon as she
well, that's not what I thought.
Well, so what did you confront her? Did you say something to her?
No, I never said anything to her. No.
But what about the holiday thing?
What holiday thing?
Yeah, what holiday? I don't even know about the holiday thing. What's the holiday thing?
What did she do for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I think she went to her like family's house, but she asked me if she could come to my cousin's house, and I had to say no.
You said no to her.
Yeah.
Well, look at you playing hard to get.
She invited herself to his Thanksgiving.
She
Isn't
didn't
that
invite herself.
strange?
She asked if she could come.
That's inviting yourself.
But Jake's already inviting himself to his family's Thanksgiving.
So they cancel each other out?
Yeah, it's not known that she comes.
It's a double invite.
Not known that she
It's known. It's known.
But is that not another red flag of I've known you a month? Can I come to your Thanksgiving?
It was like 2 weeks.
That I find a little weird because the timing just so worked out. Sometimes at the beginning of a relationship, you're having a good time, you start hanging out every day, and there just happens to be Thanksgiving's there, and you go, "What are you up to?"
So you think it's just a spur of the moment? Like, what if I just came?
Yeah, I don't really, because I don't think it sounded like Jake's Thanksgiving was more of like a casual hang anyway. It didn't seem like it was a formal affair.
So you think of all the red flags that we've seen, and by the way, we've had her get a tattoo.
No, she said she's going to get a tattoo of him, right?
She got it. No, she got a tattoo for me.
She got the
but
tattoo.
It was like a lame dot, right?
It was like a purple spiral.
Yeah, because Jake got to pick it. And then there was the phone screen thing, and now there's the Thanksgiving.
Phone screen, to me,
so
is
you
the
think
most.
You still think phone screen's the worst?
Oh, to me, it is the most aggressive move, and I can't figure out what's going on because it doesn't seem like she wants to hang out with you.
Well, now, that was before.
Maybe she's sick of you because you're constantly on her phone.
Maybe the phone doesn't smell.
Right, yeah. It's the better version of Jake.
I think that the biggest red flag for me is the heart filter.
According to 913, Jake, she's going to kill you.
Oh, fun.
Finally,
the sweet release of
336 says Jake must have really laid that pipe on Tina. Interesting theory as well. I bet 818 says, I bet Tina has a Jake shrine in her closet.
Yeah, but then now Tina's ghosting him. So maybe
214 said if she's upset, if she's ignoring him, then she can't be obsessed with him, but maybe there's some weird game she's playing.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes in those horror movies where there's like a stalker situation. You know, at first it's like, oh, we love each other, and then it starts getting distance, and it's like, no problem, I'll give you your space, but they're like lurking in the background. You know, like he's probably being spied on by Tina.
I mean, I just would say, if I were to be in a new relationship now, I couldn't imagine at what point in the relationship I'd ever feel comfortable being like, by the way, check out my phone wallpaper. It's you.
Oh, she never showed it to me. I just happened to see it.
Huh. And it's you every time.
It was me and her together.
What's on your phone wallpaper, out of curiosity?
It's my favorite Alex Gray painting.
Oh, God.
Show it to the YouTube camera.
Now we're all sad. Okay.
It's my favorite Alex.
It's called Varja Being. It's really good.
Right.
I have the print at my house.
Okay, super.
Number 87 out of 100.
I actually now that he mentions I've seen it, it looks exactly like all of his shirts.
Right.
It's cool.
Just tie-dye, weird.
I just don't know how you don't veer away.
Covered
I mean,
in
this
sweat.
is literally the same design in every aspect of your
Can
life.
we get Can we get Tina to call the show? We can ask her about this.
No, thank you.
Yes, let's get her.
You have her number, Vanessa?
Let me look.
No, she doesn't have it.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have it saved as someone's phone.
Crazy Bee 911.
Right. I mean, I'd love to have her on to defend this, or at least explain it if it's true or
Well,
not.
and from when we've talked to Tina, she sounds like a perfectly nice girl.
Seems nice, normal to me.
Perfectly nice.
Yes, and when you talk to her, there aren't any red flags, and seemed like a great matchup for Jake.
Great matchup.
So I don't know where this is going wrong.
Got to take a quick break. We're back. We got more show to get to. We'll do it next.
KROQ. Do your last minute Christmas shopping at KROQ.
Right now, though, let's find out what's happening in the world. Here she is to break it all down for you. Allie, with your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Is the FCC okay with me saying okay? Good to know.
I don't know if you noticed that the winds were really bad last night, and as I went to bed, I thought, well, there's probably going to be a fire in the morning. And some people even had their power cut last night because of the winds to help avoid fires. Yet still a series of fires broke out overnight. But they are wondering if they were intentionally set, because 3 of them happened within blocks of each other. They all happened in the valley, and they weren't what you would typically see in these situations. So it wasn't like a typical wildfire. One was a brush fire right off the 405 in Van Nuys. Another one was an apartment building, and then another one started as a trash fire. So now they're investigating to figure out the cause and see if they're related. And I wonder if it was similar to like thieves at Christmas, or like, oh man, the thieving is so good, I gotta get it done now. I wonder if arsonists feel that when it's windy. They're like, oh man, this would be such a great fire.
I think of all the, I mean, there's a lot of types of criminals. Arsonists, for some reason, bother me the most.
Because it's just so,
it just, for some reason, I mean, not that stealing packages.
Those murderers are okay?
Yeah, they're less so. Because the arsonists.
Those are bad people that need murdering.
There's different levels of bad people. Arsonists can be murderers, too. I mean, if your house burns down. Right. So I just think, to me, that is the most unnecessary destruction.
To me, it's the equivalent of somebody breaking into your car and not stealing anything.
Yes.
Like they just smash the window and run away, and you're like, what was the...
Right. Why did you even do this?
That's how arsonists feel to me.
Yeah,
it just seems like so pointless.
Destruction for the sake of destruction.
It's just like, let me see this fire ignite. Whoa. And then they run away, and then they just, watch the news and go, wow, it got that big.
And by the way, I used to be like a lot of people, I went through my pyromaniac phase where I was lighting stuff on fire and lighting matchbooks on fire and throwing them into piles of leaves and watching how cool that was. But then then you get a pube and you move past that. You know, I mean, at some point, you just move past that phase.
Do you think all arsonists never grew a pube?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they never discovered women.
As soon as I get my pube, I'm going to be over this.
And I would also
they burned them off.
Go so far as to say, I don't think there's ever been a female arsonist ever. It feels like it is a male-dominated
there has
sport.
To have been.
I don't think so.
I mean, it definitely is a guy thing, just in the sense of wanting to see destruction. Mm-hmm. And I notice that with my kid. Like, he is a boy. He wants to see things destroyed.
Yeah.
That is something innate in men, I've noticed.
Right.
And I don't know if women have that same. They want to torture slowly people that they know.
Slowly and mentally.
Yeah.
That's the
Guys
key.
don't care who. It's just about the destruction. All right, a number of large mergers were supposed to happen this year. We had JetBlue and Spirit that fell apart. Albertsons and Kroger is falling apart. That's in court now. The Onion and InfoWars was blocked. Seems companies that aren't doing well, they either go the bankruptcy route or the merger route. But let's see how this one works out. Nissan and Honda are planning a merger. Apparently, Mitsubishi's trying to jump in as well. And they say this is to compete with the rise of EV sales. So if they successfully do this, they would be the third largest auto group. So they would have a combined $8 million vehicles in sales annually, which still doesn't seem that much to me. I'm like, 3 car companies combined is 8 million cars a year?
That's still a ton of cars. Because, I mean, but you think about it, cars on the road, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years? So that means that many people need to go through these cars that regularly, to the point now where, well, Nissan, I know, has been having trouble for a while. So Honda would be doing them a solid.
Yeah, I mean, once they kind of run out of the interest that, like, hurts.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's always a Nissan,
Always. Right? In fact, I think I have a rental car coming up. I think they just confirmed I'm getting a Nissan. I think I just got that confirmation.
And then you get you're getting a Nissan, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and then they go like, oh, wait a minute, that one's actually taken, so here's a different Nissan. You're like, all right, here they are.
Here's a smaller Nissan.
It's a smaller
one. But Hondas are very reliable. I was a Honda owner for a very long time, and those were always my go-tos because they were so, like, you could have them for a long period of time.
It's the only car I've ever bought.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the big merge. Will they join forces? And if they do, who wins out on the name, or do they come up with a brand new name altogether?
Oh, cool. Or they could go, like, you know, hyphenated.
Right.
Hyphenated last names are the worst.
The worst.
Just don't do it.
I don't know why people do that.
Invented ones, too, when you try and merge it together and make one new last name, it always is just going to sound stupid.
Female arsonists make up 10 to 18%.
Wow.
Find me one female arsonist, Jake. One real one. I'm telling you, it's a guy's world. Arson. It's a man's world.
Well, yeah, 90% of arsonists are male.
Do you think female arsonists are like, ugh, men always getting the credit in my industry?
Probably. The woman keeps burning
I do the
stuff.
same work and get not recognized.
This is a really bad cook.
I wasn't an arsonist. I was trying to make an omelet.
Oopsie! All right, updates in the world of fast food. People are thrilled with Taco Bell and pissed off at Chipotle. What else is new? After some testing, Taco Bell has announced that they are officially adding those chicken nuggets to the menus nationwide starting tomorrow.
You know why?
Because everyone wants chicken.
It has to do with the fact that, like, Johnny's not here to defend himself, but all of the Gen Zers that grew up on chicken nuggets never evolved past chicken nuggets. Like, Johnny still will order chicken nuggets and mac and cheese if he goes to a restaurant, and he's 26 years old. But that's what he had as a kid, and he's still ordering it. And don't get me wrong, when my kids eat chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, I always try some because it's great. But all these places now are going, these kids want nuggets.
Well, and where are they going to get the nuggets? You know, it's McDonald's or what?
Right, well, a lot of places have nuggets now. I had some nuggets at Arby's when I was driving over Thanksgiving. They were unbelievably good. I was shocked.
No way, I don't believe that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Who is going to Arby's for nuggets?
No one
Nobody.
was more surprised than me.
No. You think I'm going to get fast food nuggets, the only place you think of is McDonald's.
I think Chick-fil-A, because you're a gay. You don't think about Chick-fil-A, but I do. Chick-fil-A.
But are they known for their nuggets?
Yeah, I get 30 of them at a time. 30.
Are they better than McDonald's nuggets?
They're different.
Different.
Yeah. I don't think you could compare the both. They're different. If you were to force me to choose, I think I would go Chick-fil-A.
It's tough because
there's less chicken anus or what?
No, same amount.
That's what it is. It's Chick-fil-A, less chicken anus. Because we're afraid of the gays.
Because we're afraid of gays.
Now, my kids,
we use all breasts, baby.
My kids told me yesterday that their favorite chicken in the world is McDonald's chicken nuggets. They don't think there's any better chicken in the world than that.
Which is funny because when I was a kid, I thought the same thing, and then I got it for my kid, and I ate it, and I was like, ugh, this is gristly.
Yeah. Nah,
this is not as good as I remember.
Those spicy nuggies they got, they're reinventing the game. Well, I'm a fan.
This is the Taco Bell ones are zesty jalapeno buttermilk flavor, dusted with tortilla chips and breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
that
USA,
sounds amazing.
Baby. That's right. Yeah. All right, well, on that note.
The Taco Bell, I still ban Taco Bell. I'll never eat there again.
Why?
Pete Davidson. Oh, yeah. Yep, I never recovered from me.
Yeah, and people are vowing to boycott Chipotle finally because of their recent price increase. They're doing 2% increase, and they're like, enough is enough. The flavor is not there enough for me to continue going there. It was always like, oh, this is the affordable option. I can get a nice burrito bowl and move on with my day. But if it's $15, $30 for two people, they're like, you know what? I might as well just go somewhere else.
You know that terrible moment where you're at a gas station and you watch them changing the prices in the wrong direction and you're about to fill up? I watched that happen at the Chipotle down the street.
Did?
Yeah, they were changing them out. Yeah,
Do you have a
like,
fast food story for every...
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. KROQ. Klein Alley Show. 1 week to go till Christmas, so there's a lot of stories in the news involving Santa, and we play a little game around here called Good Santa, Bad Santa, because it's hard to tell when you hear the beginning of the story. Will it result in it being good news about a Santa that did something in a soup kitchen and fed a lot of homeless people, or a bad Santa? The last time we did this, it was a Santa, I think, with a crack pipe. So there's a lot of different ways this could go.
Old school.
Old school. So let's go ahead and give someone the opportunity to win tickets up for grabs. Aziz Ansari will be telling jokes. Long Beach Terrace Theater on April 6th, and we'll get you in.
You know, there are many places that Santa has to visit in a very short amount of time over Christmas.
Right.
And sometimes prison is one of those places.
That's possible. Let's say hi to Lee in West Hills. Give Lee a chance to play the game, win the prize. And if Lee does not win, is not able to play successfully, we'll give those tickets to someone just for listening to KROQ right now. What's up, Lee?
Good morning. Sweet dibs.
Sweet dibs to you and yours. Happy holidays. I'm going to play the beginning of this news story, and all you got to do is predict whether or not this will end in good Santa or bad Santa. Here we go.
Well, spreading a little Christmas cheer, that was Washington resident Santa Claus. Yes, that is his legal name.
You better not pout.
Merry Christmas!
You better not cry.
Oh, I got a honk.
Santa.
All right, that's all we got for you. The rest of the story will determine whether or not it goes good or bad for this Santa. Why don't you go ahead and lock in? Do you think this will be good Santa or bad Santa?
I'm going with good Santa.
All right, it does have all of the feels of a good Santa story. Local man whose legal name is Santa Claus, right? It does have all those.
Yeah, that has to be dedication.
Right.
If you've got the beard, you got the belly, and then you're like, you know what? I'm going to go full on Santa. I'm going to change my name.
All right, let's find out. Hopefully you're right. Show me good Santa.
You better not cry.
Oh, I got a honk.
Santa Claus is coming.
Yes, spreading Christmas cheer.
To jail? Talk about a Merry Christmas mugshot.
Oh, no. Uh-oh, what happened to Santa? This is not good, Santa Lee. You got this wrong. Let's hear the story and figure it out.
What was that line?
Talk about a merry mugshot?
Merry Christmas mugshot. That's not even a thing.
No, it's not. He just made that up for the story. But, it had all the makings of a good Santa story.
Talk about a Merry Christmas mugshot.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nadine Woodward. Well, we caught up with Santa last Christmas. Unfortunately, though, Post Falls police caught up with him just last week. And parents, if you have little ones that love Santa, you might want to cover their ears.
So we will give you the same warning. If you have little ones that love Santa, cover their ears, because this is Santa not doing what Santa does best.
KX24's Aaron Luna working for you with how Santa ended up on the naughty list. Aaron?
Also, keep track of how many... Al, you won't even... Go ahead and guess right now how many Christmassy puns they drop on this story about Santa. It's like... It may be a new record for even the news.
God, yeah, I'm going to say 5.
5? You're way low.
Really?
Sleigh is back in the shop. The reindeer out to pasture. Santa needs some time to unwind, so he traded in the milk and cookies for something a little bit stronger.
Want to guess?
Nice.
Want to guess?
So well worded.
Want to guess what he traded that in for?
I think a machete.
Okay.
You better not pout.
Merry Christmas!
You better not cry.
I got a honk.
Santa Claus is coming.
Yes.
With a
Spreading
machete.
Christmas cheer.
To jail?
Merry Christmas.
Hold the mistletoe. Talk about a Merry Christmas mugshot.
This guy's just crowbarring him in now. He doesn't even wait. He just keeps going.
I mean, these references don't even make sense.
No.
Hold the mistletoe?
No.
What does that mean?
It means nothing.
Mrs. Claus thinks I look spiffy.
We caught up with Santa Claus spreading cheer in Spokane last Christmas. He took his own time to bring smiles to drivers.
So there we go. That was nice. That was good Santa. Last year, he just stood on the side of the road and waved to people.
The Division Street off-ramp.
Man, I love to see Santa out here.
This whole town feels like it sounds like it's full of crackheads. I mean, listen to this guy. I mean, it's every single person that they've talked to for the story.
Man, I love to see Santa out here. Merry Christmas to you, Santa.
So how did the Washington man with the legal name of Santa Claus end up in Kootenai County Jail?
Want to take a guess? You say machete still?
No, now I think alcohol's involved.
It wasn't milk and cookies.
Is that the third time he said that now?
Was it milk and cookies?
He keeps saying...
With razor blades inside.
Post Falls police records show Santa admitted to having more than a couple beers last Thursday, then driving the wrong way down the street.
Damn.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
Wrong
but you
way.
know what? Is it one of those things where because you're dressed up the way you are, people give you a pass?
I mean, I think if you get the license and you're pulling over and it's a big fat jolly guy with a big beard and his license also says Santa Claus,
Yeah.
you're like, he probably thinks to himself he's a little invincible.
Man, that guy that was so happy about Santa's probably so disappointed now.
Can't believe you, Santa.
I can't believe you ruined my Christmas, Santa.
Reports say he was double the legal limit, and because of his jolly belly, police used 2 sets of handcuffs.
Oh, man.
That's the most embarrassing.
That's even sadder. Santa, we're not going to be able to squeeze you in this one set.
We have to
Double
handcuff
up.
2 handcuffs together.
It's my biggest fear in life is that I ever get arrested and they decide they need to use 2 sets on me.
So what can you say about the man who normally spreads cheer, taking in a little too much of his own cheer?
You ready for Christmas? Okay. Listen to your mom and dad, okay? Be good. Bye-bye.
Sometimes, even the best of us forget to take our own advice and end up on the naughty list.
Again, another naughty list reference.
The good news is Santa's no longer in jail. Court records show that his DUI was dropped down to reckless driving, but...
Hey, there you go.
Hey, that's a bonus.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Woo-hoo, Santa Claus.
Even though we poke a little fun at this story, it is kind of serious. Drunk driving is terrible.
Well, that's what...
Hold the milk and cookies for reals, because this is a tragic story.
Right. I know that we made puns and jokes for the last 3 minutes straight, but also drinking and driving, not cool.
Drunk driving is terrible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This jolly character is a fun guy to poke some fun at, but drinking and driving is not something you want to take lightly.
No, definitely. A lesson to be learned here for sure.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that, Aaron.
What a turn.
Jesus, that took a twist.
Not so holly and jolly. It's a tragedy.
Lee got his wrong, so let's give those tickets to someone else hanging out on the phone right now. Joey.
What's up?
Just for hanging out on the phone at KROQ and listening to the show, we're going to send you to go see Aziz Ansari, Long Beach Terrace Theater, all right?
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Hold
Thank
on.
you.
Thank
Hold
you.
the mistletoe. You're going to the show.
Hang tight. We got more show. Hey, look at this. New music continues on KROQ, or at least different music. We didn't hear this yesterday. Here's some Lord. Haven't heard this in a while.
Whoa.
Never seen a diamond in the
KROQ. We are a Klein Alley show. Coming up in about 20 minutes, get you into Six Flags, Magic Mountain. A couple of tickets coming your way starting at 9 o'clock this morning, happening all day long right here on KROQ. A great gift for you or someone you have not yet gotten a gift for yet. We're talking about this because every year there's a debate about when you get the Christmas cards in the mail, and it's usually pictures of friends, especially once they start making kids. Once they start breeding, then they really feel the need to
update everyone on what the kid looks like now.
Yes.
Hey, kid doesn't look weird still.
Or kid does look weird now, but no one told them, so they're still plastering their picture all over, some card, and then kid's missing a tooth, and then they try to come up with like one sentence of a highlight, like this year, Tommy
dropped out of soccer.
Right, whatever it is.
Right, but then I also every year get at least 1 or 2 cards from a couple with no kids.
Just the two of them?
Yeah.
Kidless. No
Kidless.
No dog either.
Or either never had kids, or I have an uncle who is older, and it's just him and his wife, and it's just a picture of them in their living room. It's not a professional photo. It's just printed out on his printer at home, and he sends it to everybody, and I'm like, all right.
See, I used to understand the value, and I know this is where I know Omar has a strong, we disagree, because I always say I look at the card for a total of 3 seconds before I put it in the trash.
Mine are not in the trash. They're displayed on our kitchen table, but I also have not looked at any of them. Like, I don't even know half the people that are on them.
I open them up. I kind of cherish them for a little bit.
You
then
cherish
I
them? You cherish?
Yeah.
Well, explain that process.
Cherish them.
Yeah, big
cherish?
pussy. What is the cherish process?
You get the Christmas field and you cherish it, man. Why do you think people are sending these cards? Just out of out of obligation? No,
it's a look at me, look at me. I sent the Christmas cards before you.
Right. And it's a big.
I can't wait for you guys to see the Christmas card I got for you guys.
Right in the trash.
I'm sure you guys know. You guys are seriously. Come Friday morning, you guys will cherish the hell out of my cards.
Is there money in it?
There will be for certain people.
Whoa! I'm gonna cherish that.
I'll cherish that. Cherish a Benjamin Franklin all day, every day. I know what he's been up to.
You're gonna say, even if there is money, you're gonna ignore the money when you see my card. You're gonna be blown away. Yeah.
Are you in a costume?
Maybe.
I don't want anyone else cherishing my kids. I'll punch them right in the face if they start cherishing my kids.
Don't you cherish my sweet little
my
devil
kids
children?
Are not in the Christmas cards that I have for you guys.
Okay, good. Great.
I have specific ones that I made for the morning show.
No, that's a giant waste of your time and effort.
Because that really was.
And I know...
What? No! It takes like 5 seconds nowadays. You just hop on a website, and boom. It's at your door in 2 days.
Here's my general thought about the people, and I get it. Most people do like to send some variation of a Christmas card. But I think this is their way of telling the people they sent it to,
I've got my S together.
I have my S together.
Yep,
this is what they're saying.
I have it together enough to make a Christmas card and send it.
That I was able to take a picture, however long ago, make a card, buy a stamp, get it in the mail, beat the rush, and you
write
received
out the
it.
addresses.
Yeah, right. And
know your address.
Know your address. This person is...
Scott Springer asked for my address last night.
Yeah, this person is saying to you in their own sort of weird, passive-aggressive way, I have my S together and you don't.
I can do it.
This is my annual reminder that I'm an adult and you are not.
Isn't it the biggest flex to send out the first Christmas card? Because I got my first one I want to say it was the week before last, and this family just had a new baby. And I'm like, dude, what kind of a flex?
Annoying.
I had a baby 2 weeks ago, and we're still able to send Christmas cards right at the beginning of the month.
We got one that arrived the day after Thanksgiving.
It's so easy nowadays.
It's not, Omar. It is. It's not.
You gotta pick the pictures, and you gotta drag them.
It will take minutes, guys. I'm telling you.
No, because Katie was going back and forth on which photos should we do, and then I send her photos, and then she goes, "No, I don't look good in any of these." Right. And then she picked photos of me that looked like crap, but she didn't clear it with me, and now a bunch of people are going to see them.
The last year I tried to do this, and I gave it up after this. I went through the whole process. I went to one of those dumb websites with the template and this and that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh,
God damn it.
You did it. You owe Jake $100.
Baby.
Yeah, put that in the car, bitch.
You just swore.
I just had to dump out of myself.
When you don't say this or that, we know you say the S word.
I went through the whole... All right, Jake, I'll give you $100. So mad. I went through the whole template, ordered the cards, and, it's only... $20 more to get 100 over 50 or whatever, so you end up ordering a ton. The box arrived to my house, and I never, for whatever reason, I saved every part of the card I did except the stock family that was there before. Mm-hmm. So it was all of my messages and my wording and a picture of a totally different family. Not my family.
To everybody?
I got 100 of them sent to me. 100 of these cards sent to my house.
But they're unusable, right? You didn't send those out.
Well,
That would be weird.
I thought they were funny because it was clearly not us. It was like...
yeah, but no one's even going to look enough to get that joke.
Well, what are you talking about?
They're going to be like, who the hell's this?
Right, exactly. But it said, my name, and it had like little, hey, this was the year little Sienna was born and stuff like that. But then it was clearly a different family that I never swapped out the picture properly.
White family or no?
Not totally white. That was the other problem as well.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ, the world famous KROQ.
Asked off the air.
You were asking it too inside your head.
No,
I
I was not asking it inside my head. Korn System just announced these shows that are happening, and they've been selling out very quickly. They've been adding more shows.
Christmas shows, right?
All Christmas shows.
Yeah.
It's the Korn and the Rockettes, I believe, joining forces together. So Allie was just asking, because we've been changing up the music at KROQ a little bit as of late, putting the Christmas versions
Yes,
from
I
bands.
would assume any changes that are being made are Christmas related.
Yeah, well, you're right.
So
Korn
when the song started, I was like, is this a Christmas song?
Sure is. That's one of the greatest.
Smashing Pumpkins did one. Why wouldn't they?
I think Bing Crosby, Mariah Carey, Korn, when I think of the Christmas greats.
Wouldn't you go see that show? It was a Christmas show with Korn.
You better believe it. I sure would. Speaking of songs, there have been so many requests coming through on the GOAT line for stuff people want to hear when we count down the 50 best moments in the history of this show. This one did not even make our list, but this woman claims it should.
Hello. I just wanted to call with a suggestion for one of the top 50 moments. It has to be the origin of the Weekend song when Allie was doing a news piece about how they write happy songs, and Klein's like, I can write a happy song, and he put together the original Weekend song, and it was just so bad, and the whistling, like I was laughing so hard I had tears coming out of my face. So before the Crystal Method took it and made it what it is today, you have to play the origin of the Weekend song, because new listeners probably have never heard that version, and they got to know. They got to know.
Okay,
all right, thanks. Peace. Yeah, definitely.
It hurts my feelings when she says, thank you.
Pretty
When
good.
She says the original
My
one
shoulders are shaking already.
was so bad. I mean, in her opinion, the original one was so bad. I didn't think it was so bad.
That she was crying.
Yeah, she was so bad. She was crying.
What's even funnier to me is that you don't think it was so bad.
No. Well, Omar's playing, the parts Omar's playing now are like the raw, he's playing the raw stuff. You can listen to any great artist.
So you don't feel good about the raw stuff?
The raw stuff shouldn't have been released to the general public. That's just Omar being a dick. The raw stuff should have stayed
You
on.
can whistle like that?
Yeah,
That's real whistling.
Yeah, that was me whistling, but that was not
Let's
necessarily.
try it again.
Not doing it now.
There's a lot of famous whistling in a lot of...
See, I still got it. Still got it, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Still
All
got
right,
it.
so you stand by the original then, though?
I don't.
You think that's good?
I don't.
The produced version?
I believe I do.
All right, let's take a listen to it.
No. It's not about that Monday or Tuesday. No one cares about Wednesday. Thursday, forget that noise.
You stand by this man, really?
Maybe not so much. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end?
Oh, man, it's worse than I thought.
Are you ready for the rear end? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday, forget about that. Friday, Saturday's where it's at. And Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? No. Nah, yeah, you're right.
Really? This is not great, man.
For the rear end. Hit the beach or hit the mall. Go out with friends, do nothing at all. Sleep in, watch movies, read books.
Stay on the beat.
Just take a look. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. You know, it's amazing. It's kind of...
This is continuing to play somewhere on an island.
It's kind of surprising to me that the Crystal Method was able to make this out of that. Because if you think about the version that we've heard now every week, every Friday, and I know today's
What
only
if we
one.
listen to the other one?
Not about that Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, this one's so much better.
So much better.
They really saved it.
He put you on the beat. I don't know how he did it.
Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear-end?
Hey!
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday, forget about that. Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch.
So maybe when we count down the top 50 moments, you'll hear the origin of the weekend song. Apparently,
Maybe, definitely. Find that, Jake.
Is that a number one, guys?
Apparently, it evolved over the years. Who knows? It's pretty.
It's hard to remember some of the origin stories because you just think about what it is now. You don't think about when it started.
No, why would you? It was apparently trash at the beginning. The fact that Crystal Method heard that and decided, God, thank you. Thanks, shut up, Klein. We got $100 up for grabs. It's Allie's money. If you'd like it, all you got to do is get on the phone right now, get some of that extra holiday gift spending money, and all you got to do is call us now, 800-520-1067. Later this morning, all of your predictions for 2025 will be answered by the great Nostradamus, where I rub my giant nostrils and tell you what your future will have in store for you. We'll get into that later this morning, but right now, in your future is $100 cash, and if you want it, call us at 800-520-1067. We're live on KROQ, live streaming on YouTube on the KROQ page, and of course, wherever you stream the show, we will be back with your cash next. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's find out what's going on in the news, and we'll get into a brand new hour of the show. The first thing we do after your ADD news is get you into Six Flags Magic Mountain, so be ready to call and claim those tickets, and we'll do that right after this.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. No, I didn't notice your manicure. Nobody did.
Great, because I didn't get one. All right, life for Justin Timberlake has gotten complicated of late. That DUI was a bit of a setback. He had to cancel part of his tour. He canceled some individual shows since then with weird, vague excuses about injuries. And now his tour is back on, and there's a video that's going around of him singing. At one point, he is in a harness because I guess he flies through the air during the tour. Seems like that's probably 5 years too late, but whatever. He lands onto the stage after he's in the harness, and it has bunched his crotch up and made his D look super tiny. I love the hot dog. And
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you for your commentary. Always appreciated. You can see him at one point try to straighten it out, but then he decides, oh, wait a minute, that's just too obvious. So he decides to just like cross his arms and go like, hey.
I hate this. Is why, Allie, I'm going to tell you right now, as a man, this is why I never like to do like zip lining or bungee, any of those things that involve you to wear one of those dumb crotch harnesses.
Which, this whole thing looks so low budget. Why would he still be in a crotch harness at this point? Like, with all the updates that we've made,
I think you need
to
that.
flying through. No.
For safety's sake, I think you still, really, if you want to be secured on there, you need the crotch harness.
Put it around your chest or something. It is the bulkiest high school level
I don't like
harness that I've ever seen. I cannot believe that they have not thought of some way to disguise it at least. And then he's just in like black pants and a blue shirt. Like there's no
I know, but
production value whatsoever.
No one has ever looked good in a crotch harness. Unless you have.
That's why you try and cover it up somehow.
That's right. But
I'm think you have some money to do that if you're Justin Timberlake.
I'm watching it now. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's hilarious. It's very funny.
Do you see the arm crossing? Like, hey.
God, that's
Never
funny.
mind. I'm not going to do that. I love the hot dog. And he just kind of nods his head to the audience like, that's right. I'm doing a show. And it's kind of karma because he's responsible for one of the most famous wardrobe malfunctions of all time with Janet Jackson. And he was highly blamed for that. So, I mean, there's a lot of like, do you have any hummus to go with that baby carrot? And a lot of kind of comments like that.
That's the overall thing, is that his D looks very tiny.
Yeah, they were like, if Chris Brown was in a harness, this would be a very different video.
Sure. Well, regardless,
you stand behind all tiny deed men.
I just want to say, in general, I feel bad for anyone who has to publicly wear one of those harnesses. Because
that's why it's his choice.
Yeah, but
it's his tour.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, you should have thought about that.
You should have thought about that and said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to have my junk on display and have everyone make fun of it. Maybe I should not do this.
Someone should invent a harness that automatically looks whoever's wearing it look like they have giant dong harness.
Another great $1 million idea.
Great, I'm going to write
Go
that
back
down.
on Shark Tank.
I'm going back to the tank. Next
you
season.
just come out in this giant chastity belt.
Sharks, listen to this. You know when you go ziplining with your friends and your dong doesn't look big and everyone makes fun of you?
Me and my buddy created the dong harness.
Giant dong harness. Whenever you need a harness, it looks like you have a giant dong. So,
and then your friend goes, I sold my house and my mom.
It's a sad story, but we made this giant dong harness. I bet you they'd get it on that one.
All right, wanted to quickly mention this because Johnny's not here to defend himself. Gen Z is entering the workforce, have been for a little bit. And there's been a lot of criticism about how they act in the workforce. A lot of them don't really have, some of the work ethic, some of the callous that it takes to, grind through a full-time job.
Johnny's been here 2 years. He still hasn't entered the workforce.
Yeah, I know. The other day, he was like telling somebody in the hallways, well, we don't work here at KROQ. We just have fun. and I'm like, what?
Well, he wants
you do get paid for something, Johnny.
He wants to be the president of hype or something like that, he said. I'm like, that's not a position, though.
Right.
He's like, well, yeah, but I want to spread vibes and hype. And I'm like, that's cool. To have a good attitude is important, but there's also things that have to get done here. Like, I didn't see that. Vanessa, where's that song? We were supposed to post the Dead Week song on our Instagram to give some love to Wolves of Glendale and share it with people. It never went up, huh?
It didn't.
Yeah, we had
I'll work on it.
I mean, we had a whole conversation about it yesterday. Getting
and
it
then
up.
poor millennial Vanessa has to pick up Gen Z slack.
I know.
Anyway, the reason I bring it up is because there's another trend of parents driving their Gen Z kids to work. So even though the person is an adult, they have a job, a full-time job, the parents are still driving them to work. And people are sharing videos of, like, not even just driving in a car. This person says, my dad took the train with me into New York City to practice walking to work because my first day is on Monday. So I don't trust you to even get on public transportation and walk to the right location. I'm going to do a dry run with you by taking the train with you and practice walking.
Are they really that moronic?
It's a lot of coddling. It's a lot of coddling, and it's a lot of...
It is partly the parents saying, like, okay, you can live with me as long as you want. I'm going to write your cover letter for you for your job. Jesus. When you get the job, I'm going to go, I'm going to go with you to the interview. I'm going to drive you to work. Like, people have to.
When you ride the bus for the first time, you get a trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
It is part of the everybody gets a ribbon generation, right?
Yes, so, or like, I don't want you to have a hard time. I'm too afraid of things being hard for you, so I'm going to make sure they're not. But things being hard are what make you grow. I remember being lost as hell when I lived in New York City, and I figured it out.
Yeah.
Probably almost got mugged a lot, but you figure it out. And in that moment where you go, oh my God, what do I do? Your brain starts functioning in a new way to problem solve for yourself.
You're an old boomer. No one cares about your opinion. Right, shut up, boomer.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, here we go. Caller 20. Let's give you some presents for the holidays, shall we? We got tickets for you right now to go to Six Flags, Magic Mountain, Holiday in the Park happening select nights now through January 5th. You'll win those tickets from us right now if you're a caller 20, and then every single hour all day here on KROQ straight up through 6 p.m. So you'll win them with Nicole, you'll win them with Megan, and then you can go and enjoy a couple of thrill rides, get away from the family, or better yet, find your favorite relative and bring them with you.
562 said, if Justin Timberlake had been wearing rock pants, none of this would have ever happened.
It's a good point. Another pro for the category of rock pants. Another one of my great ideas. Stolen by the people at Liquid Death.
People watching on the live stream this morning, 310, I'm just curious if Klein has been working out because I'm watching the YouTube stream and he looks great.
The answer to the question is I did start attempting to work out. I've been on a bit of a slide for the last week and a half.
You've been on a slider.
I've been on a slider, a lot of sliders. And I felt like I had a good thing going for a few weeks, and then it all fell apart.
Yeah, that's the classic Klein model.
I had I'm a
3 weeks is long for you.
Yeah, I'm a big, 1 step forward, 3 steps back kind of guy, and I got obsessed with hamburgers over the weekend and have not gone to the gym in some time now. So, but thank you for saying that. I told them to do something with the filters to make me look like I'm in better shape.
You did? Why can't I have that?
They're trying it on you. It's not working. The technology doesn't exist yet. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on KROQ. You can download the podcast. You can interact lots of ways. And if you are caller 20 right now, like Philippe is, hey, Philippe.
What's going on?
You are caller 20.
Sweet.
Get to experience all them thrills, not just by winning over the radio now, live on KROQ, but also you'll be going to Six Flags, so hang tight, all right?
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy holidays, Philippe.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
If you get a Christmas card, holiday card in the mail, do you keep it and look at it and cherish it as Omar does, or do you throw it right in the trash?
It's gone, bro. Shred.
That's right.
Really?
Shred.
Wow.
That's
Shred.
even next level.
Tinsel.
I got to get a shredder for that. Oh, what a cute baby.
I'm curious, is his name Philippe or Felipe?
Felipe. I'm the guy who won the. I'm KROQ Rules guy.
You're KROQ Rules guy?
Yes.
All right. I don't know what that is,
Like
but
rules or rules?
KROQ Rules.
KROQ Rules.
This is KROQ Rules guy. All right. Well, congratulations, Felipe, and thank you for listening and winning your tickets to Six Flags. We got lots going on this hour, including the most awkward interview moments of the year that happen on this show. That'll be uncomfortable. We'll do it next. back. We are Klein Alley Show. In a moment, going to listen to the 5 most uncomfortable, awkward interview moments that happened on the show with guests that stopped by this year. It's going over the list of all of the different artists and musicians, celebrities, viral stars that came in here. Doesn't feel like that many, but then when you start looking back at the entire year, you realize, well, you had a lot of people stopping by, and boy, we made a real mess of all of it, didn't we? We sure did.
I've been dreading this all show.
And a lot of people are requesting moments like Allie's long question to the band Wet Leg and stuff, but that wasn't this year.
Wasn't this year. Doesn't count.
Every time something came up.
It's long enough, feels like it.
Well, and you guys, I mean,
God
you were
damn it.
performing in a place where I think there weren't even really music venues there, right? So, I mean, you were performing in a place where there weren't a lot of audiences to be had, and then to step off the island, you had to, it was kind of expensive, right? So, I mean, is it still, I mean, you've blown up so quickly, is it still really nerve-wracking even being in front of audiences?
It was
They
long.
left.
It was.
They
were
quit
gone.
as a band.
They went back to the island. Back to the island. So
I
that-
think what seals it for me is when I, at the end, say being front of audiences.
you used
I
all-
can't
you-
even
you used up-
properly ask the question
you
after
used-
all that.
You used so many words to get to the actual question, and then you didn't even
Not
use
enough words.
Yeah, then you didn't even have the right word. That one's not eligible because that was not this year. But there
Oh,
is.
darn. I'm glad we managed to play it anyway.
And the Alanis Morissette one also not eligible because that was also.
Well, and has writing
God
always
damn it.
been, I mean, I know writing has been a huge outlet for you throughout your career and throughout your life. And has that relationship changed over time? I mean, as you, and you've been, the show that you're about to perform at has a huge focus on mental health. You've been very open about your mental health, and writing and making music. Has that always been something that helps you, or has it been sort of a challenge or a block for you in some ways?
Shut up!
All right,
Alanis didn't say that.
so that also.
She
is-
said, great question.
I don't think so.
Yes, she did.
That-
She said, that's a great question.
I don't believe so.
Thank you, Allie. You are an inspiration.
So there's those two are
Great
not
impression.
those
Thank
two are
you.
not eligible. I just want to let you know, but we do have some eligible moments, and you can place your bets because these are going to be uncomfortable for all parties involved.
Is a Hosier question? Was that this year?
Hosier,
Not eligible.
What?
Moving on.
Actually, hold
it was
on.
crazy
Yeah,
because
Hosier's this year.
I went and saw you at the Troubadour.
This one is-
that last week. And fantastic show. Obviously, any show at the Troubadour is going to be amazing. But I mean, your vocals are always out of this world. And one thing I did notice was that I was sitting next to a girl who looked like she was probably 20 years old, and then to my left was a couple that looked like they were in their 70s, and everybody was like equally jamming out, you know. And it does kind of your music really does hit a lot of different people, and maybe, I mean, I don't know why you think that is, but it's kind of, some of your music can kind of have like a bluesy classic feel, and some of it, the other music is very experimental, right, and seems very modern.
Not even a question.
I don't know why you think that is, but I won't let you tell me.
And you hear him wanting to interject and comment, and I'm like, oh man, poor Hosier.
It keeps going.
He tries so many times. She finally just retreats. All right, well, those are not eligible. Those moments are not even eligible.
Too Sweet was written about me.
So what will be the 5 most uncomfortable, awkward interview moments of the past year?
Any other ones that we want to just get out of the way?
I think
I'm out on my side.
that's we got 5 more here that we'll
There were
get to in a
plenty of
moment.
weird, awkward interview moments over the weekend with Klein and the bands that stopped by for Almost Acoustic Christmas.
we'll
Are we
be-
going to go through any of those?
Well, when we get back, we'll give you the 5 that will be eligible for this year. So if it is, we'll be right back. More show after this quick break.
From the people
God
who
damn
brought
it.
you Now That's What I Call Music comes a new collection that you can't pass up.
Yes.
For the first time ever, it's the greatest collection of the longest questions ever asked. Now That's What I Call Questions Volume 1 is 6.5 hours of long questions, all asked by the great Allie Johnson, including questions asked to bands.
It was kind of expensive, right? So, I mean, is it still, I mean, you've blown up so quickly, is it still really nerve-wracking even being in front of audiences?
Comedians.
And I know for comedians now, too, the social media is becoming such a bigger part of that whole routine as well. Like, so many comedians now putting up clips and little things like snippets or crowd work or something like that just to kind of blow up on TikTok. And then all of a sudden, your show is selling out when it wasn't before because of the stuff you're putting out on social media. So that makes, I mean, that's a whole other, like, are people writing materials specifically for social media now? Or is it just, hey, I'm going to take these bits and pieces that are like
good enough to get people into the room, and that's when I'm going to give him my gold.
Even long questions about the weather.
But Fluffy, I'm noticing that even in this torrential downpour, this atmospheric river, this Pineapple Express, whatever it's been called, you're still wearing shorts. Will any weather get you to wear pants ever?
Now that's what I call questions, is being called rambling.
I mean, that's a whole other, like, hey, I'm going to...
Disjointed.
So, I mean...
And even stupid.
Will any weather...
To order now, that's what I call questions, Volume 1. Call 1-800-520-1067 or go to www.allieasksreallylongquestions@nobodycoulfollow.com.
And that's when I'm going to give him my gold.
Get yours today.
Fitting song from Linkin Park, Little My December on KROQ, Klein Alley Show. The power of the nostrils. A lot of people would look at me and say, that poor man with those giant pothole-sized nostrils. But once a year, the power of the nostrils proves over and over again that I can predict the future. In fact, Allie, a few weeks ago, we received this phone call on the GOAT line from someone that I made a prediction for last year, almost exactly 1 year ago. And if you don't believe the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the nostrils. Listen to this.
Hi, Klein and Allie. I have to give you some super exciting news. So in last December, I had called in for Nostradamus, and I had asked if I would get engaged in 2024. And I wanted to give you guys the exciting news that Nostradamus was correct. I just got engaged.
Wow.
I'm super duper excited, and I just wanted to thank Nostradamus for helping to manifest this. Really couldn't have done it without you. And I will say, I know you had predicted we may not get to the wedding.
Yes.
But, of course, that remains to be seen.
Okay.
So
Well.
we're hoping for the best. But wanted to say thanks.
You're very welcome. It's time now for a new round of predictions for the year ahead. This is Nostradamus. As you know, one of the greatest prognosticators ever is Nostradamus, but he didn't have nostrils like these, baby.
I know. You give him a nice little rub down before you see the future.
Also could have a sinus infection coming on. I want to point that out as well. So
Does that make your...
more powerful,
yeah, more
I think.
powerful?
I
Oh,
think
nice.
so.
You trim your nose hairs like before we do this, to get, make more contact?
I should have.
To make more contact.
I should have, Omar. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. Please, you're on with the very powerful Nostradamus. Let me go ahead and get to your question.
So my question is, a lot of these supergroups have gotten back together, Oasis, Linkin Park. Do you know what the next supergroup or big group will reunite next year?
Yes, okay, good question. What is the next big reuniting of a band? Hold on one second.
Come on, nostrils.
Allie, please don't laugh. I'm trying to get the power. This guy has a serious question. Okay, 2025.
So stupid.
it's not stupid. How dare you?
super stupid.
2025 is going to be the year. I can't believe I'm saying this. The brothers Hanson.
Oh! Well, they never broke up, but yeah.
They never broke up?
No, they actually, I think, just played a concert.
Oh, really? They're still performing that band?
Oh, yeah. Katie knows all about it.
Okay,
She loves
hold
them.
on. Let me go a little deeper. Hold on.
Come on.
Yeah, dig in there, man.
Different gay brothers.
Hold on. The brothers Nelson. No, there we go. Hold on. Nostradamus is looking for the answer. His question, which band will get back together in the year 2025? Okay. Just came to me. I know that everyone got excited for one show, and No Doubt did Coachella one time. But 2025, get ready for a No Doubt tour to be announced.
Oh, I love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Nostradamus.
But again, they didn't really break up. I mean, they
Yeah,
just,
they did. That counts.
went on some sort of like
Come on, try again.
Yeah, I can't keep going into my...
Klein really doesn't know a lot about music.
I'm gonna rub my
Less
nose
music
in.
questions, all right?
So enough. I don't know a lot about bands. All right, go ahead. Nostradamus is here to predict the future. Gus, what do you need? What do you got for us?
I was just curious if you knew who else was in Diddy's circle.
Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. This is good.
A lot to sniff out there, huh, Nostradamus?
Well, this is going to be surprising.
There's
but
no one else?
Oprah is going to be... I'm not kidding, guys. I'm telling you right now, Oprah is going to be tied to Diddy. in 25.
That is a bold prediction.
And
but if you are right, I will finally say I 100% believe in Nostradamus.
All right, the power of the nostrils. You will learn about this. This will be a big story. It'll break sometime early 25. There was a connection between Oprah and Diddy. That's all I'm saying.
Nostradamus always predicts like more war and robots taking over.
It's always the scary stuff.
But it's always really general. I like that you're specific on this one.
All right, Alana, welcome to KROQ. You're on with the very powerful Nostradamus, the power of the nostrils. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
My question is just in the near future, of hopefully in this next year coming up, what does my love life look like? I'm a single mom, so it'd be nice to meet somebody.
Okay, dating is not easy these days. Let me see what I have in store for you. Well, this is not a good vision I just got, but it says you're going to. It's not Oprah. No, you're going to be getting back with an ex. I don't know if it's your most recent ex, but someone that you've already had a relationship with is going to re-enter your life in 2025.
Ooh, amazing, great.
So I don't know, once again, maybe this is the father of the child, maybe not, but an ex will be re-entering the life, and it will go better this time around because you know what things you did wrong and they did wrong, and you've both grown, and I think that this will actually be, a redo, but it will be good for you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a happy new year.
Also, I'm sensing you're buying a lot of sex toys. I don't know why that's also happening.
Oh, I love that.
But that's also...
Maybe are you sensing a little gayness, too?
No gay, Allie. Just from you over there with that flannel. But now...
let me rub my flannel.
No, you don't have the power. Stop it. Get out of here.
Over the shirt stuff.
That's Nostril Dykesmith over there. All right, hold on, Alana. Hang tight. Thank you. Good luck to the year ahead.
Alana, gay name.
We got to take a break. We have no time to continue this nonsense. I wish we did. Klein has a hard enough time predicting the present, someone said. All right, well, these are all things that are going to happen. And you can go ahead and mark my words.
The good thing is that so much time passes before we do it again that I can't remember if any of them came true.
Yeah, that's the best part about this. Everyone will forget when we hit that dead week. We'll be right back with your ADD News, and we'll start giving you stuff next. Klein Alley Show. Thanks for hanging out this morning on a Wednesday. More tickets for Six Flags coming up in about 30 minutes with Nicole Alvarez and all day long. And it's time for us to count down some moments that happened on this show. It seems self-serving, except for these moments are not going to make us look good. See, a lot of shows would do that. They'd be like, oh, this was our best moments of the year. These were the biggest guests we had. And now
we're doing that too.
Yes, we are, but that's next week. This is a chance for everyone to make fun of us and for us to make fun of each other. And
really, just for you guys to make fun of me, so just keep it rolling.
No, it's not just you, actually.
Oh, really?
Some of the reasons...
Because the ones that I have said many times exist have never been played.
All right, well, number 5 moment doesn't involve you. I mean, you're involved in it, but number 5, most awkward interview moment of the year happened when we were chatting with Flava Flav, who was representing America in Paris, France. And he was supposed to call us for this live chat. And he didn't call us, so we had to call him, and things got awkward pretty quickly, and this is your number 5 most awkward interview moment from 2024.
Hold on, he's supposed to be on with us now, but he's not, so I'm going to call. We have his number. Let's see, hold on. This is Flav's personal number. In the evening, in the afternoon.
In the evening, yep. So the evening games are just getting started.
He's probably very busy, because he's got to hype up the Olympians, but... Hey, Flava Flav, we're live on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Who am I speaking to?
You got Klein and Allie here.
Who?
That's exactly right.
We're on KROQ in L.A.
Oh, this is KROQ in L.A.?
Yes.
Yeah, boy, KROQ in L.A. What more can I say? Right here in Paris, go USA.
All right, there you go. Number 5 moments. Nothing makes us feel better about ourselves than a really clear, who? Never heard of you.
And just to hear Flava Flav disappointed and confused.
Yes.
Because he's always such a great hype guy.
Yeah.
And to have pretty much him at a 1
right.
is, I think, difficult to achieve.
That was the part that I think hurt the most. Hey, Flava Flav, we're live on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Who am I speaking to?
You got Klein and Allie here.
Who?
That's...
He seems like seconds away from hanging up.
He was not happy.
Thank God we said KROQ. It saved everything.
Number 5. Jesus. All right, number 4, most awkward interview moment of this past year. I don't know how this is only number 4, Allie, but do you remember when Chelsea Handler was on with us?
Yeah, just play it.
Well, I don't remember what this was.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what it was. Just play it, and let's move on.
This is where you started listing all of her dead dogs?
Yes, this is the dead dog thing.
Okay.
I had a point, and it just got muddled in the middle. I got caught up in the amount of dogs that have died.
Number 4 most awkward moment of the year. Chelsea Handler joined us, and Allie proceeded to list off all of her dead dogs.
But I'm sure something will come up.
Well, you're back on the road. You had Doug in the car with you. I was so sad on your Instagram to see that Bernice is no longer with us. And I wondered if you had any advice for Klein, because Klein had a dog for 17 years. He was devastated when she passed away. And I feel like you are one of the strongest people I know, because you've lost so many amazing pets. I mean, Chunk was a huge staple, and then you had Bert, Bernice. I mean, you've had so many wonderful, beautiful dogs that then you've lost. But then it seems like you've been able to, just take that love and then put it into a new animal, and I feel like Klein needs to know what that feeling is like. Do you have any tips for him?
Whoa, wow. There you go. A lot of those names you said, I don't even think were her animals.
That was hard to get through.
I think Chunk was her assistant, the little person.
No, it wasn't.
Moving on.
Chunk was not her assistant. That's racist.
Is that racist?
I don't know what it is.
It's body shaming, if anything.
Believe it or not, I researched all the dead dogs before that interview. That's how I knew.
And still got it wrong.
I didn't.
Number 3.
She's had a lot of dogs that died, guys.
Number 3 most awkward moment happened when I would argue the biggest star of 2024. I mean, listen, you could say it was a variety of things, but can we all agree Hawk Tua Girl was probably the biggest? A person you didn't know about before 2024 started, then she became a household name. And sure, maybe you could argue her rise and fall has already happened, but when Hawk Tua Girl stopped by KROQ, which was, I think, our first interview after her video went viral, we did not make things any less uncomfortable. This is number 3 of the year.
Because you want to ride this wave, right? Or if you find a decent guy, you're ready to settle down.
We're hanging out like a hare and a biscuit.
But you say that all the time. Allie and I use that expression daily.
If I had a nickel.
Oh, man.
But dating has got to be a bit of a challenge now.
In our generation, it's terrible.
In your generation, but also because of what you're known for. I mean, isn't that going to be kind of awkward?
It is a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean, like if you get to that base and you're like, I know what you're thinking.
Well, here's the thing. You're a big fan of country music. You go to see your favorite country artist, and there's a song where you're like, they're going to play their hit, right? They got to play the hit. You would imagine that's what a guy would think. All right, she's going to do the hit, and maybe that night you don't want to do the hit.
Ugh.
You know?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit talking.
It's Octua Girl, number 3 most.
I can't believe that was more awkward than the dead dog stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we put a real thought into this order.
Oh, got it.
This could have just been
It's just the next file.
just the next file
It's
ahead.
just alphabetical.
We're strictly going alphabetically. Number 2, these are the most uncomfortable or awkward interview moments that happened this year. And number 2 supposedly happened with me and Rivers Cuomo of Weezer. Now, I don't remember this, but you claimed that I asked an even longer question than you did.
You're about to talk for a minute straight.
All right. Well, anyway, I don't remember this, but apparently this was when Rivers Cuomo was here to talk about the Blue Album tour that they announced this year. And this is the number...
You used the question to talk about how you spearheaded their Africa cover.
Well, I don't think that's what this clip is at all, but let's find out. I haven't even heard it. It's too long. Yeah.
On everything that was going on.
You know what's crazy is that long before I had this cushy gig at KROQ, I was DJing my middle school dances at the middle school I went to. And I used to have that as a regular gig. And then when the Blue Album came out, I found it to be the greatest album that went song to song to song was, in my opinion, a perfect album. And the last time I ever was allowed to DJ the dances when I decided to hit play and just let the album play. Which, by the way, I thought was a very cool thing to do in 8th grade or whatever grade I was in at the time. But apparently, just putting on an album and hitting play, not enough for the people who want to get jiggy with it or whatever. So they said they fired me from doing that job.
That's why you're not allowed to control the music.
Yeah, but it turns out I'm right now because now 30 years later, and we are celebrating the album by playing it in its entirety. And this is the coolest thing now that bands are doing, where they are saying, we will play this in the same way you listened to it when you first heard it. Because those songs, it was not randomly generated the order. You had a lot of reason why Buddy Holly went, where the sweater, you had a reason why it all went where it went.
Yeah, absolutely. Like opening up with My Name is Jonas, and then...
I don't know what...
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
That's the clip that was put in.
Well, that's not it.
I just found it.
That's not it. There's another one.
There's another one?
But I've given up.
I thought that was a great
no,
little story
one.
I told Rivers Cuomo.
You want to hear it?
He seemed to thoroughly enjoy that.
All right, here we go.
When I first got hired at KROQ, I decided my first week here I wanted to do something that was going to make a splash. And that is right when your version of Africa was the biggest song in the country, in the world, as it was for, and it felt like an entire year at least. And I knew a guy that said, Steve Lukather of Toto lives on my street. And I went to the front door and I said, guys, would you cover a Weezer song? Because they covered your song. And I got them to agree to do Hash Pipe. Did you
oh
hear
my
their
God,
version?
yeah, that was you.
That was me.
That's incredible.
This is it right here, some of it. But I was wondering, like, I couldn't believe they agreed to do it, but they were I've never seen these guys so excited of how big you made already a massive song, and they were, like, really touched by the whole thing that they couldn't wait to deliver their version, which, not as good as Weezer's version, but did you appreciate the effort at least?
Did you appreciate the effort?
That was good.
I think that's it's a great story with depth.
Yeah, but why when I tell a story is it...
I don't know.
Stupid, and when you tell a story, it's great.
It's just talent, natural talent.
Oh, my God.
Allie. It must be natural talent.
No, I think it's literally the cadence at which you speak versus the cadence at which I speak. And people think that when I'm talking, I don't know what the F I'm talking about, and I'm just rambling on, but you're the one telling a story for a full minute, and nobody says anything.
I was enthralled by that story. Play it again, Omar.
It's quite masterful.
Klein.
Oh,
my God. You just listened to him tell 2 full 1-minute stories that had no question
He's
attached.
responsible for a Weezer song, for Christ's sake, lady.
I was thoroughly entertained.
It's not an interview. It's Klein saying, look what I did.
But, by the way, if you're sitting down with the guy from Weezer...
Don't you appreciate that? That's the end.
Did you hear how he goes, wow, that was you? That's awesome. He was so excited.
Right. So how is that different than me explaining when I was at a concert that Hozier was at? And things that I noticed at the concert.
I don't know.
Then that's not.
Everybody does that.
Yes, but I'd seen it the night before, and just talking about things I noticed at the show the night before. Why is that so crazy?
It's benign.
But
I mean, but no.
That Klein
Okay.
saying, I DJ'd a middle school dance and played something in its entirety, and now you're playing something in its entirety. How is that not benign?
Oh my God! Yeah, that was you.
That was me.
You see, he's blown away.
Jesus Christ. I'm so done with this crap.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why.
We got one more song for you. It's a Christmas song. How fitting. Little Jimmy Eat World. They played this the other night at the Forum. And then we'll do some takeaways. Get the hell out of here. We got that bonus pod to drop on you later today. Klein Alley Shover Time, where all of the profanities we've been holding in for the last 4 hours can spill out. So if you're not already following along, wherever you get your podcast, give a little follow. Klein Alley Show. You get a bonus show coming your way about 25, 30 minutes from right now. Takeaways from today's show. 800-520-1067 after Jimmy Eat World on KROQ. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show coming to an end, at least for now. We will drop that bonus show upon you in a few moments. Klein Alley Show time, uncensored and totally nude. Thanks for hanging out this morning with the Klein Alley Show.
Who?
That's right. Thank you, Flav.
We didn't even get through the list.
No, we couldn't even get through the list because it turned into a giant fight yet again.
We couldn't even play this one.
Anyone coming tonight, we have a thing where people bring Jesse snacks to every show. So what's your best snacks, LA?
Nerd ropes.
I like snacks.
Yeah, I love snacks. I see a lot of videos of you going into like gas stations. You always leave with like nerd ropes. You're a big fan of the nerds, right? Love the nerds. This guy. Masterful, like Omar said. That was the band Baby.
Right?
That was the
Nerds.
band
The
Baby.
guy loves nerds.
Yeah,
I already knew that. You love him.
He loves the nerds. Don't just bring him any snack. We got him on healthy Chex Mix. He wants nerds ropes. Don't mess around. Let's
I know.
do
You made it very clear.
Takeaways from today's show, and then we will get out of here.
Okay. 818, my takeaway is New Year's is all about giant balls dropping down a long shaft, according to Ryan Seacrest.
That was a crazy chat we had today. If you missed it, I don't know how that did not make mainstream media just yet. I cannot believe some of the things Seacrest said on our show. Unbelievable.
909, my takeaway is look for the giant dong harness presented soon on Shark Tank.
Yep.
818, my takeaway is wishing you guys a Merry Christmas mugshot.
That's right.
909, my takeaway is 13 cents ain't enough to ring the bell.
Nope.
310, my takeaway is when interviewing a celebrity, be sure to ask about their dead dogs.
Got to.
And 626, my takeaway is that Chick-fil-A has less chicken anus than other fast food places. And that on the YouTube live stream, Allie is technically a woman. Oh, and biologically too, I guess.
That's right. Good takeaways from today's show. Jake, got a takeaway?
Yeah, arsonists don't have pubes.
Oh, that's my takeaway, too.
Arsonists do not have pubes. That's how you can tell who the arsonist is. I can't believe that stuck with two of you for different reasons. Allie, got a takeaway?
Actually, mine was arsonist related too, but that female arsonists are just ones that made cooking mistakes.
They're just really bad chefs. I get it. All right, great. Well, that's the sexist way to end today's show. Have a wonderful day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Continue with the live shows all week, because why the hell not? So we'll see you then. If you need us in the meantime, Goat Line open for you now, 844-956-GOAT. You can slide in the DMs, Klein Alley Show. Feel better, Johnny, who's homesick today because he's a little baby boy. And that's it. Bye.
You guys are stupid assholes.
That they feel that that you know they feel that
The World Famous KROQ.
You made it through a Klein Alley Show video. You probably didn't want it to begin with, and maybe you didn't even know who we are, but let's be honest. The internet's all about connecting with complete strangers that may or may not kill you one day.
If you like it, you can subscribe for more. Just click this button.
Or over there, or there, we're not really sure. You've heard it a lot. And, comment and like and all that bullshit. It actually does help, believe it or not. So we're saying it because we really do mean it.
And you can also listen to the live show or download the podcast if you missed anything and you're getting show mode.
Yeah, we're on the radio. You can find one of these things in a museum.